Robbed out of my moon tonight. Full moon. I mean, you never know, but it's not looking good. Not looking good for tomorrow either. Hopefully, I can get some Sunday. I just picked this book up today at a used bookstore. It's really pretty interesting. I think this guy's kind of a fruitcake. What happens to a lot of these guys, at least this guy, this is my initial opinion, is they get a PhD, they teach at a medical school, anatomy or physiology or cell biology, something like that. Then they don't quite fit in. They're crazy. They put the pressure on them. They know they're not going to get tenure. So they go out and do something else and find themselves, straighten up their act, get back, get hired in an institution, and go out and start writing these books. There's always going to be a market for people that don't agree with mainstream medicine and science. The same thing with God, atheists, agnostics. I don't know if I'll finish this. I've cut myself off in the past reading books on just stuff that I didn't believe in at the beginning, but there were other parts in that I should have hung in there for. And not that I minded disagreeing with him. I just wanted to make sure it was for the right reasons. And he brings up some valid points at the beginning, but it's like Virginia Woolf. Do you base things on what you know or what you don't know? I go with what you know instead of pie in the sky. Rocket Man. Hey, James, how you doing? Just sitting here partying. Not getting the moon tonight. Not getting it. I'm going to be able to handle it mentally, though. I think Stephanie and I are going to do a live tomorrow. We're going to rock it, kick it, you know what I'm saying? And today I've videoed a gloomy day. I'm going to see if there's anything on there at all good. Oh, I just got a rain notice, 2.1 miles, intensity 4 out of 10. So a little rain out there floating around it. Clouds are actually better. Hey, Bug, how you doing? I actually enjoy clouds around with a full moon. I mean, a full moon's great, but it kind of washes things out. And actually, when the moon is like 70%, you get better idea what the edges look like, the craters. But I think tonight I'm going to get nothing. Oh, it's been slow? Oh my God. Oh, they did, huh? Why did they do that, do you know? They're tied in with this Spirit bankruptcy. They're tied in with the Spirit bankruptcy. I know a couple guys applied for Spirit. It's a non-union airline. I know a couple flight attendants too. I mean, I haven't talked to them in years, but I know they still work there. They ought to be in their mid-50s now. So it kind of sucks. You're losing your career right when you were hoping to put in another 5 or 10 years and retire. I'll tell you, the world's so fucked up now. Let me give you a couple examples. So I buy that Lexus, right? I didn't transfer my name yet. What happened is this guy's married, has got like a wife 30 years younger than him. He buys her a BMW. She piles it up. They need another car. It's Marty's brother. And he said, hey, could you bring the car back? Could I use it? I'll pay you for it. It's like, nah, just use it. I don't give a fuck. I still got my Honda. Take it back. I go get an oil change. Talking to a guy that happened to be a master mechanic on Toyotas for like 11 years. Just knows everything about him. And I said, hey, I just got one. He said, how many miles on it? I told him. He said that it get the 100,000 mile checkup, which is some like $2,700 deal that you agree to when you buy the car. It transfers through owners. That was a one-owner car, though. I said, I don't know. And I just didn't really want to fuck with it. He said, well, if you don't know, I'd get rid of it. He said, there were some engine issues there with head gaskets. And you want to get one of the old tried and trues. He said, you're going to need to go newer or older. It's like, what do you mean older? He said, go from the 2007 to the 2009 Lexus 470. Well, mine was a 2012, right? So you think, well, they're going to be cheaper, right? And they're not. Actually, they're about 10 grand more with more miles on them. So it just goes to show you the market, the people that know what they're buying, know what the good models are, even though they're more with what would be traditionally. He said, this is just a weird time to buy cars. Biden really screwed the market up with these stupid EPA regulations. You're getting everybody turning out these small engines with turbochargers. I mean, it's all fucking junk. Try and go out there and find a used car that's not a piece of junk. You're going to end up getting one of these little mouse traps, like a Kia, and it's just going to be a piece of junk. You're not driving one of these for 25 years. Here's another example. So I was thinking about getting another CD player. So I go online, you find Dina and all these places. You see all these articles. They're so great. They're so fantastic. You go and you look at the ratings, and they're fucking terrible. You go to Crutchfield, eBay, Amazon, 3.7, 3.6. Quit working after I had it. They're like $6 a month. Just bullshit, like terrible ratings, right? Then you think, well, I'll get a used one, and I'll go on eBay. You go and look at used ones, the used ones, the good ones. 20, 25-year-old CD players are like $900 fucking dollars, and they haven't made them in 30 years. Why? Because they're not a piece of junk. And if you look at stuff on Amazon now, that's all fucking junk, man. They're experts that market it up like you're getting a deal, but it's all fucking junk. Vehicles are junk. Only thing they're doing now is getting better gas mileage, but the quality of them sucks. Toyota just had a big recall. Musical stuff. Go look at old vintage stereo systems, what they get for them compared to this new junk. Excuse me. There have been some improvements with sound, stereo speakers, but fuck, man. Everything is just junk now. Property's expensive. This fucking world sucks. Well, are you talking about cars? Well, because of environmental requirements, especially from these stupid fucking liberals. Now, I'm all for trying to save carbon footprints and all that shit, but there's just a point. Look, if you're going to live in an industrialized society, you're going to have all this shit like I do right here, lights, man-made materials, burning fucking power, refrigerator, all that shit. There's a consequence for that. It's not going to be like when there weren't any people or animals in the fucking earth. But, these crazy fucking nutty lunatic liberals, make up these stories about these predictions of weather that are no way possible true. It's not possible that it's true. Weather can't be predicted that far in the future. We've had climatological changes in the past. And even if I'm wrong, and the whole goddamn thing's because of bus fumes, airplane contrails, chemtrails, whatever the fuck they call them, that's the way it's going to be because we're industrialized. These people that think we're just going to put a fucking solar panel or a wind turbine or run a fucking power generation in a creek and live this lifestyle, you're out of your fucking mind. It's not fucking happening. They've been tapped out on electricity for about 40 years, engineering-wise. Now, they have gotten batteries to go further, and that's not counting all the lies they told with this Tesla horse shit. Go and talk to somebody that owns a Tesla in a cold weather climate. The thing's not worth a fuck. 4-wheel drive. You can't use the heat and expect to get anywhere because of it's a battery. It's just batteries don't work in so many ways. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's fucking AI's. It's like anything. It's good and bad. I know it's already costing radiologists their jobs. That they're reading fucking X-rays and MRIs better than fucking real people. That, to me, always, I considered that a really interesting art. Everybody, they're radiologists. You got to go to fucking college forever. You're making about $4.25 a year. And you're just looking at this blurry shit. And it doesn't take long for the good ones to outperform the bad ones. Pretty soon, either the horse is patoot, or you've got a good reputation and you're getting referrals from everywhere. You've just got this sixth sense of noticing these aberrations that I'm telling you are not clear. It's not like you get a magnifying glass and you just take longer than the other guy. It's this weird, quirky deal of like almost 3D imagery you use as a radiologist, and the good ones are really good. But this AI is just blowing that shit out of the water. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, but absolutely right. That's so true. Well, governments have traditionally done this in the past forever. They start a campaign like Reagan in Grenada. Trump, although I think it's pretty legitimate, fucking with Iran. Ukraine's got a bunch of shit we need. So you say, hey, look, you want our help, and you want to keep from getting blown off the fucking map, how about coughing up some of these rare minerals? That's one thing I'll give Trump. I mean, if you think it's just going to be a Mr. Rogers meeting to get along with these crazy other nations, including ourselves, it doesn't work that way. It's threats and extortion and promises and tariffs and every other fucking dirty trick in the world you got to use to get what you want from these motherfuckers. Yeah, really is. They're not, nobody's coughing it up voluntarily. And even like, I'm a nature nut. I like it to an extent. To an extent. And I've realized, and I thought about this a lot today for some reason, like with eating meat. Look, it's just like war. If you think you can go over these fucking crazy Arab countries and stick a flower in the gun barrel and it's going to do any good, you're fucking dreaming. It's either us or them. It's the same thing with meat. Yeah, I wish I could just eat fucking non-living fucking things and, not be like fucking having a nervous breakdown, wondering if my goldfish bowl is going to be a part of a crispy shrimp dinner at a Chinese restaurant someday. I'm just dropping all this fucking shit. I'm not gonna get all sad and consider not eating chicken anymore. I'm just fucking looking at it like this is the way it fucking works. It's like men and women, sexual reproduction. It's just sometimes things don't have this clear distinction. You'd like everything isn't a comfortable decision. I'm gonna keep eating fucking chicken and meat. I'm just gonna quit fucking considering not doing it because I think a fucking chicken's worrying while he's on his way to the plant. I don't have time for this shit. Not kidding you. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. World is fucking nuts. Man, there's this Asian place. I don't go there very much because it's just a pain in the ass to get to. But my neighbor next door, the Unabomber, I get him a bag of these kick-ass bagels. These fucking bagels are good, man. I mean, they're so good. They had to be like $5 a piece. And I like the people that run it. And I buy him a dozen bagels. And right down the street's this killer Asian place. That's where I put that vegetarian joke up on the short today. I wasn't even going to eat there. But they had this short rib beef ramen noodle thing. It was so fucking good. It was unbelievable. And I got Marty shrimp fried rice there. And he said it's the best he ever had. So damn good. Yeah, those drone shows, for some reason they don't interest me. I got a fucking drone. I never even flew it. As much as I like aviation and I still follow space and airplanes and all that shit, I got a gift certificate one time for a hot air balloon ride. I had a buddy of mine that got his license, a commercial, and he bought a couple of them, was giving it. It just never interested me, and I'm kind of that way with drones. For some reason, I just don't like them that much. They don't interest me. It's weird. Yeah, it's just like, I like classical music. I don't really like theater, and honestly, I don't really like opera. I mean, it's a great talent, but I just get fucking bored. I try getting into Shakespeare, and it just, oh, fuck, this sucks. Yeah, laser show, I think it's fucking boring. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like that. It's a certain type of person, like a GoPro, man. Let me tell you, a fucking GoPro. There are people they say that 95% of the people that build home-built airplanes, hey Rob, are not pilots. And any pilot I ever know that tried to build his own home airplane, which is a fucking project and a half, it's 4,000 hours, never finished it. And there are books that they talk about this, that you need to take what you're best at, stick with it, and farm everything else out to other people. Like if you're a housewife or you're in a relationship and you hate house cleaning so bad that it's fucking up your relationship, either use some of your discretionary income and hire a house cleaner or get a part-time job so you can pay somebody to come in and do it if you can't. But don't keep beating yourself over the head for 40 years trying to be something you're not. Focus on what you're good at, what you have a natural aptitude for, and pay somebody to do all the other shit. If it's lawn work, some people hate lawn work. Some people love lawn work. If it's cleaning windows, washing laundry, you may hate fucking doing laundry. Fucking take it all to a cleaner. Say, well, that's expensive. Well, not when you consider what it's doing to your life and you're doing a half-assed job at getting it done. You can't be showing up to business meetings and shit with fucking wrinkled collars and stuff. Well, I've learned this through reading. It's nothing that I knew naturally. I'll tell you another thing I've fucking been enlightened to, too. I'm about fucking dead now. About time I figured this up, and I was really fucking surprised about this. I mean, I know myself pretty well. You guys know porn, all that fucking shit. And, I mean, I've had my mental problems, that's for sure. I mean, I do think I have an autoimmune disease that really has been the biggest issue with me for a long time, and I'm taking steroids now, and I feel a lot better. But here's my point. I do procrastinate a lot. That's how you would articulate it. Well, what do you mean? Well, the fucking laundry's high, my fucking house isn't totally moved in, million fucking things. And I'm out at bookstores, fucking around buying bookstores, fucking out spending 2 hours looking for CDs. I just bought a book from a guy in South Africa tonight, from Sorabji, classical pianist. Stuff like that. It's like, why can't I stick to a task better? And as it turns out, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, I read an academic study on procrastination, and I also read a book on how to. So the study was like double-blind studies. They didn't say at the end, this is how you should, fight procrastination. They just gave you what the data was they got. And this was a well-funded long-term study. And honestly, on both books, the bottom line consensus was that procrastination is tied to a form of anxiety. And I always thought of anxiety as you're fidgety, you're nervous, you don't like standing in lines, you're afraid somebody's going to yell fire, you think your girlfriend's getting fucked by some mambo Jamaican cock while she's on spring break. I never considered like a silent, subtle anxiety. And I think you should really look into some of these things and look at anxiety and see if it affects you. Super fucking weird, man, I'm telling you. But it is kind of a form of anxiety. And, the more I've been, like, dwelling on this since I've read a couple of these books in the last couple of weeks, I'm starting to think that's fucking true. Although this is a bad time because I'm taking prednisone right now. And I'll tell you, after swallowing one of those motherfuckers, after about 2.5 hours, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to eat like a motherfucker, too. I'll be lucky if I don't look like Fats Domino if I stay on this shit. I swear to God, I could eat a 3-pound steak in like 60 seconds on this stuff. You want to fucking eat everything. I think I do have ADHD, or I had it. But at this age, it doesn't matter. Be grateful that you can have it at an age where you can do something about it, where my ship has sailed. Back when people in my generation had ADHD, they were just this little fucker that couldn't sit down, that couldn't finish things, that was undisciplined. Now it's a diagnosis. Task paralysis, yeah. I tell everybody, me included, man, you want to get over a lot of your mental illness, go get a fucking job in the midnight shift at a Waffle House. Work on a goddamn tile floor and wait on a bunch of drunks 8 hours a night for a week. And get back with me how bad your life is. It's the fucking truth. I'm not kidding you, man. It's the fucking truth. They ought to have, like, programs across the country where you get, in order to have credibility, you go to Waffle House. It's like, here, I know it's going to be $3,500. We're going to pay you. You're not going to pay us for working here. It's $3,500. Just what we're going to do. We're just going to work. We're just going to, whatever the other waitresses tell us. Yeah, do that, man. Be worth every goddamn dime. You're paying them to be there, and everybody else is getting paid to work there. You're going to see what the real world's like. Hard tile floor, drunken fucking assholes all night long, 10,000 fucking eggs on the griddle on a Sunday. One dumb question after another. Just fucking exhausted when you get off work. Some days they don't make $35. It's all predicated on tips. And then tell me how bad your life is. Tour of duty. Fucking absolutely right, man. Yeah, I think I do have it. Yeah, I definitely got some fucking cognitive impairment. But I don't give a fuck. I've gotten by with it. I mean, what are we going to be, like perfect people? I mean, what is every guy supposed to be born with a 10-inch dick and a PhD and a fucking goddamn Chippendale? This is the way it fucking goes. Oh, good. $10 an hour. Yeah, I'll bet you. Yeah, there you go. And I bet you learned a lot, didn't you? Goddamn right. Bet you learned a lot. It's hard to do that shit, though. You know it's going to be better for you, but you don't do it. I guess lazy? Fuck, I don't know. I mean, every day I get closer to being glad I'm going to be dead soon. I'm not fucking shitting you. Not like in a suicidal way, but just getting out of this fucking shit. Oh, the Ideal Bar, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody sent me that, somebody sent me a couple of fucking links to that. I looked it up. It's a cool place, man. You know, there's a guy out there right now doing videos like I did, way better than mine. There's no fucking way. That's another thing. Now, this is my personality, too. If you think I'm going to go out and do that shit that I did back then, interviewing, going in and out of building, I'm not fucking around with all that editing. Fuck that. I turn on the fucking camera, get out of my car, walk around, video it, turn the motherfucker off. I am not spending hours editing. I'm not a fucking movie maker. I don't want to be one. It's just like So Tweety, the girl that does the cruise ship videos. She told me she spends 50 hours of editing on a 20-minute movie. Fuck that. It's not worth it, man. Give a fuck. Same with my photography. I'm not staying out there all goddamn day long waiting for two frogs to fuck on a lily pad. Not happening. That motherfuckers better be there when I get there, and if it's more than a minute or two, well, then I guess I'm not taking that photo. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not shitting you, man. Same with Detroit. You know, run and gun. Now, I do, like, mute things and add music. Big fucking deal. Takes about 10 seconds. But I'm not pretending to be some fucking legit fucking movie guy. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Growing up in the car, like life, it's fair. Oh, thank you. Well, don't take any of my advice, man. I tell you, you're fucking rolling the dice on that. Been down to hell and back myself. My life's been pretty good, really. I will say I'm a lucky motherfucker. I will admit to that. Why? Fuck, who knows? I'm right where I thought I'd be. I mean, I wish I could think something more, like, positive to do, like have a channel and, like, help people rather than just fucking around. I'm not doing that interviewing prostitutes anymore, homeless. Abandoned building. That's all fucking gone. That's all right. No, it will take over your minute, too. I see all these motherfuckers. I told you about the neurosurgeon guy here in Georgia. He's a full-fledged neurosurgeon, was doing videos. He's not far from here. And I sent him an email one time, said, hey, fucker, let me just tell you. Now, me interviewing prostitutes isn't like you uploading brain surgery videos, but, you know, you got all your shit out there. Your wife's a neurologist. They know your names. And I guarantee you there's going to be these fucking wackos out there that'll be calling the hospital, making up fucking bullshit. And you're never going to make any money on a neurosurgery fucking YouTube channel. It just doesn't work that way. I know you think it is, and that's great that you're doing this. And you're not even charging for it, and people get to access the day in the life of a neurosurgeon. Now, you don't need to take my advice, and, you know, my content's certainly different than anything you're going to do, but I'm warning you. You know, a fucking year later, he wrote me a fucking thank you and quit doing eBay. Not eBay. Quit doing YouTube. Yeah, this is how it goes with YouTube. I can tell you exactly how. This is how it went with me, but not both barrels. So I'm fucking around doing photography. Excuse me. And down there, and I see these prostitutes, you know, because I was doing a lot of blight photography, and I thought they were really cool, man. Really, what sold me on them is I saw them buying lunch meat and bread for birds and stray cats in the winter after they just got done sucking a big dick. Oh, Happy New Year to you, too. And that just tweaked my heartstrings. And overhear them talking while I was standing in line buying a coffee, and I thought, man, this isn't what I thought. And I thought one day I'll just interview. That's exactly how it happens. So this is how it happens. YouTube starts out, you're fucking around, you're uploading these videos. Well, my videos didn't do shit, which I was fine with. I was just uploading them. 95% of my acquaintances and friends don't even know I have a fucking YouTube channel. And from the beginning, I would never gave a fuck about sharing, but I did want a channel that people would come and view. I mean, what's the fucking sense uploading this shit if nobody's watching it? So some kid posted some of my videos on Reddit, and that's what made him take off. And I got like 13 viral videos. Like I said, I've told you a million times, but there's other people on here, so I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself. It wasn't me that did it. It was the people I interviewed. And you get these viral videos, and I got 40,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. I could think, but I could see right then, I knew what bullshit it was. Like this guy doing videos, Detroit, and hers are 1,000 times better than mine. He will never have the fucking subscribers I will. No way. And I'm not saying I will, like it was something I did. It was just the way the old algorithm thing went. I had a couple compelling, interesting people like Maddie, Tassie, Becky, you got Raven. Then you got the one that had the baby and put it in a trash can. They arrested her for attempted murder. You know, I just had a bunch of bullshit like that come together, but I knew very early on it was nothing because of me. So, and I've always treated it like that. But I can see you get in YouTube and all of a sudden they start sending you money. You just can't fucking believe it. And I'd say for a short period, like maybe 6 months, I'm thinking, wow, man, I'm really fucking killing it out here, man. Look at all these fucking subscribers and shit. These fuckers are sending me this money and stuff. And then I came to my senses again. But I can see how you can get trapped up in YouTube. But YouTube, you're going to get Mr. Big or whatever they call that guy and guys like that. But it's like songwriting, being a musician, a writer. 99% of these people never make a fucking dime. They don't. And that's what's going to happen with YouTube. YouTube will come in. You could go up and twiddle your fucking thumbs. YouTube's got this down to a science. These algorithms know exactly how to stroke off somebody new. You go on there, it's like, this is the twiddling thumb channel. And you just twiddle your fucking thumbs. Before you know it, you got, right now they're promoting shorts. You've got like 300,000 views twiddling your thumbs. It's like, wow, I'm so good at fucking twiddling my thumbs, man. And you're uploading these shorts, and before you know it, you've got 80,000 views of this pure bullshit. And they're sending you all this shit about growing your channel, and they're trying to tell you to sell junk t-shirts, coffee mugs with your name on it. And you're really thinking, wow, I didn't know I had all this kind of fucking talent, man. Wow, all I did was fucking put twiddling thumbs. And then they'll ring that out, seeing if it's going to take off or not, suck your balls for about a year, and then cut you right off at the nuts. Everything you do is wrong. They won't recommend you. God forbid if you make a dirty joke. And then you're fucking done. So it's this constant, throwing a handful of shit on the wall and seeing who's going to make it. But there's a timeline to that. Like me, I don't give a fuck. But my channel could never come back to what it once was. I don't give a fuck what I did. I could fucking be having lunch with Jesus Christ and verify it, and I'd still be losing subscribers like I'm losing them now. It just happens the way it is. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. Crazy. And TikTok's worse. Yeah. Oh, I've had that happen before, too. Oh, background music. Fuck yeah. And then they let you mute it out. Every morning I get up, I've got probably 10 fucking things from YouTube that they took this one down. This one got blocked here. This one got blocked. Because there was a time in YouTube, if you didn't monetize something, they didn't give a fuck. You weren't making money out of it. Let some motherfucker know there was a song out there they never heard. But those days are over. Well, I've got like 26,000 fucking videos uploaded, right? And during a real long time, I wasn't monetizing them. So I thought, well, if I'm going to put a video up and I want to have some cool music to it, if I'm not monetizing it, who gives a fuck? And I had Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, David Bowie, all those fuckers good music tracks. It made the video of driving through Detroit. Well, they don't want you doing that now. If you think I'm going back through 26,000 fucking videos to change that, you're crazy. I'm not fucking doing it. So I don't even fill out any of the paperwork. It's like, hey, I could probably get 10 a day. I mean, there's thousands of them, seriously. This video taken, I clicked back on there. I took the motherfucker 16 years ago. And I got like Stay by David Bowie on a Detroit video. Yeah, I'm not fucking doing it. Well, do whatever you want. Block it. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Michael. And I'll tell you another thing these motherfuckers do. You know, this became a problem once they started fucking with you, even if you didn't monetize copyrighted music. Now, you know, I joined that Epidemic Sounds, like $15 a month or some shit. It's all this bullshit, shitty music that you'd never listen to on your own. You'd never buy it. You'd never download it to listen to. It fucking sucks. But it's better than nothing. And it's better than sucking their balls to keep from losing your channel. So when I found out you could have unloaded downloads for $15 a month, yeah, fuck yeah. So that's what I did. And now I'll get fucking, I'll get like, you know when I put those big long 8-hour sunrises and all that shit? You know, that's like a lot of songs. That's like maybe 60 songs. I'll just cut and paste them, put them on there, render it, and upload the motherfucker. I don't even know what songs are on there. I just know it's soft piano and that kind of shit. But it's better than silence. They'll give me a thing on every one of those goddamn songs. I'll need to, even though I paid for it. And it's even gotten worse the last week. They want my account number. They're treating my copyrighted paid-for music as if I'm fucking stealing it. And I got to fill out 40 different sheets of shit for one video that nobody hardly watches. Swear to God. Yeah. Yeah, I can afford it. Yeah, AI. That porn's getting pretty good, that AI porn. That's quirky to me, though. You know, I tell you, I never liked porn with foreign girls in it when they had like a foreign accent. Isn't that fucking weird? And even though I'm not queer or bisexual, there was some porn I didn't watch if I knew certain guys were in it. And I'm kind of that way for some reason with AI. No matter what they look like, I just don't think my mind would allow myself to enjoy AI porn. I mean, I just don't think I'll ever be comfortable with the 20 to 25-year-old white trash, low-life horror that I'm used to. Yeah, I like winter, though, actually. I like winter. Actually, I've missed some of that weather you've had up there. I see they just had a big-ass snowstorm on 72 between Grayling and Traverse City. I wish I would have been up there with the Astrovan. But if you don't have the right vehicle, you shouldn't be driving in that shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good for you. You're not kidding. You know what, though? You look back, I don't know how you feel about it, but like Lyndon Carter and Farrah Fawcett, I mean, they were marketed heavily back then. They were okay. But shit, I see girls in the mall now better look than them. They weren't that great. Yeah, I like it too. I'm the same way, yeah. Oh, Blizzard, you lucky dog. Oh, it was a bit light. Oh, it was. I wonder what would you attribute that to? I mean, probably fucking drunk driving tickets. Plus, you don't serve food there. You know, I mean, I was looking. I was thinking about going up to Mackinac Island this year. I didn't do it, but I love the idea of getting snowed in. I still get excited like that. I get excited like watching videos of like blizzards. You know, ice storms and shit, cars all over and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I still look for Astrovans occasionally, but that's about over. Those fucking things are selling for more now with 125,000 miles on than they were brand new in 2003. I shit you not. Oh, it did play a big part. Oh, go over in the ditch, yeah. Well, I can tell you that the guy at the post office up in West Branch, that fucker got 2 drunk driving tickets from getting stuck in the fucking blizzard, going out to a bar and thinking, well, nobody's going to be on the road. Yeah, nobody was, but you still got stuck. When those cops shows up, you're fucked. I'd like to know the stats on drunk driving tickets in bad weather. I bet it's high. I bet it's high. And I know 2 people that have gotten drunk driving tickets from getting hit by sober people. No shit. Fucking cop gets there. It's like, hi, can I have your license? It's like, oh, by the way, have you been drinking? It's like, well, what the fuck's that got to do with it? He ran into me. Well, you're not supposed to be drinking, even if he hits you. Could you see if you could walk this line? Could you recite the ABCs? And then once they see you're visibly intoxicated, you're fucked. It's all downhill. Which, you're not supposed to be drinking and driving. You're not. Especially I'm sure, I've done it. I wouldn't do it now, but I've done it. You don't need to be getting on the expressway the wrong way to get a drunk driving ticket. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to go past the threshold of the legal limit. That's a myth. People think in Michigan, if you blow under 0.8, you're fine. That's not true. The only thing 0.8 does is keep the prosecutor from having to prove it. The medical community and the legal community have agreed if you blow 0.8, you're fucked. There's no defense to it. Under that, you can say the cop administered it wrong. You ate too many breath mints. Some shit like that. You got a shot at it. But there's plenty of people that convicted of drunk driving under 0.8. So when you blow in that little bullshit straw that they have, that machine at the bar, and think you're all right, that is so far from the truth. Left keys with, oh, wow. It is absolutely, it's still better than a DUI. And, I know people that have got DUIs. They'll give you a fucking DUI if your keys are in the ignition. Even if you pull over, and that's a criminal case. It's a misdemeanor, so they can come write you a fucking ticket on private property. You pull over to a closed grocery store, you turn the ignition off, and you pass out in the front seat, and they pull in there, you're fucked. It's just don't drink and drive. I don't drink that much anymore anyway. But, it's just a bad idea, and it's expensive. Yeah, ditch while intoxicated. It's a good way of putting it. At least when you were young, I think the biggest thing with getting older is that when you're young, you're naive. And you don't know that life's going to be a big dick in the ass. You actually think you're going to meet your soulmate and all this shit. And be honest. Then when you get in your 30s and 40s, you start realizing what a big crock of shit this stuff is. And then you head into your 40s and you're knocking out. You're not getting any new sex. Not as many people attracted to you. You're working this fucking bullshit dead-end job. And you're heading into your 40s and 50s. It's like, fuck. Yeah, hopes and dreams about what it is. They wonder why fucking liquor stores are busy no matter where they're at. Well, I can tell you why. It enhances things, even though it's a subtle heading in the direction of the wrong way. I know, I go through it. That other night we did that live, I drank a whole bottle of wine. It was so goddamn good. I swear to God, I think I'd have tried to fuck Stephanie if she was here. That's how drunk I was. Yeah. Releases inhibitions. Yeah, you can relate. I think everybody can relate. You can't get a straight answer on anybody. That's why just go to the self-help section when you go into a fucking bookstore. Self-help, fuck yeah. They know what sells. You go to the first aisle, it's like, I jack off too much. Yeah, okay. I know I'm in this section. Then the next one, how to keep a cleaner house. How to be more positive. I'll tell you how to be more positive. You don't need to read a fucking book. Stay off YouTube, don't watch the news, and be a loner. Yeah. How to fucking invest more money. How to save in your investments. Well, how about not buying $2,000 worth of books every month off eBay? All this kind of fucking shit. Now, what they don't tell you is if you didn't do this shit, you'd be batshit crazy like you, James. You could, there's communities that you could live in where they could come over and you put out all them fucking Christmas lights, and they'll tell you they'll fucking fine you $10,000 a day until you take them down. And you're thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? It's my yard. These are my lights. I get a lot of good compliments, and I'm not taking them down. It fucking happens, man. Gated communities. You tried that shit in fucking Hilton Head, they'd fucking have a public hanging. Oh, self-help. You know what? Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Self-help influencers. Total bullshit. You know another thing that really makes me fucking sick? It's in this book here. These people write a book. In a book, I'm telling you, is a shit ton of work. It takes forever. You gotta suck a fucking editor's nuts. Just fucking no life. But when these people get done writing a book, they talk like they saved 20 kids from a daycare center on fire. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my secretary, these two fucking students that work like dogs for nothing. My third grade teacher. What the fuck, motherfucker? You wrote a book, okay? I'll listen to that shit if you saved somebody from a burning building or an airplane crash, but you wrote a fucking book. Shut the fuck up. God, you ever read this bullshit at the beginning of these books? These fuckers act like they fucking climb Mount Everest in a fucking goddamn underwear. What the fuck? Such a turnoff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she was dead. Yeah, that's drugs. There's another. He went to Harvard, too. And there was a time he was at Harvard. You're knocking out all this pussy. You're smart. You just got the world by the ass. If you'd have told him back then, when he conceived this daughter, this was going to be this way, he wouldn't have fucking believed it. So there's another example in life of be careful what you wish for. I mean, for all we know, he was a total douchebag, neglectful dad. Yeah. Yeah, so fucking, all this. How can you just be born to this fucking movie stars? Holy fucking Christ. And you look at the track record. Look at Priscilla Presley and, her fucking kids and all these fucking stars. What a terrible way to go. Prince overdosing, Tom Petty overdosing, Seymour Hoffman Jr. overdosing. They realize their life is fucking fraud. They realize their life is fraud. You're getting all this money for just being a douche fuck. How about Dr. Phil and his ugly fucking wife, Robin? I just want to crack that motherfucker right between the eyes when he talks about his beautiful wife, Robin. She is not at all fucking beautiful. It must take fucking 10 hours to fucking put 3 layers of foundation to just make her even decent. Then she flirts around there like she's some good-looking young broad on a show like The View. What a fucking joke. You look at Jeff Bezos. His wife feels so guilty for marrying that fucking nerd and having his kids that she's just giving away our billions of dollars. She just doesn't want to be attached to that whole fucking clusterfuck. He's fucking his goddamn she new wife. Yeah, that's it, my name. Yeah. It's fucking bullshit. What a misery. Look at Bill Gates. I mean, here you got $200 billion in the bank, and you just can't stand saying hello to that motherfucker once a day. That Jew that owns Quicken Loans, Dan Gilbert, they're getting divorced. They probably haven't fucked in 30 years, and you don't even want your name on the same goddamn mailbox. Hey, Blue, how you doing? This is how life is, man. It's fucking crazy. It's weird. It's not what you think it is. It's not. It's a big goddamn illusion. All this fucking horse shit, fucking cars, expensive cars and shit like this stuff. So I was talking to this Lexus dealer today. Really what I like about those is a moonroof and you can sleep in the back if you want to, all this kind of shit. And you know what that guy told me today, this Lexus guy? He said that 85% of those cars are leased. Nobody ever buys them, which makes sense because they're fucking $100,000. And he said they suck their customers nuts to turn those Lexuses back into them. And part of their shtick is that 100,000 mile. It's got to be 80,000 or lower for that guaranteed certified Toyota shit. It works. They got you coming back there all the time. So they're not in the junk market like Ford and GM. I mean, they make you do that maintenance, which is why these cars hold their value. Like I said, I had a Lexus for a week. I'm getting one now, 5 years older, more miles, and it's $8,000 more. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because that was the good years. 2007, 2008, and 2009. They've gotten fucking worse since, not better. How can a fucking 5-year newer Lexus be less? Because it's heading the junk route, like fucking Fords and GMs. Like these Kias and all this other fucking junk. Nothing replaces displacement. You do save more gas, but that's it. These fucking turbocharged fucking Ford bangers. Yeah, it really is true. And these hybrid fucking horse shit. You know, you goddamn go from here to fucking Timbuktu on a tank of gas while the motherfucker shuts off 1,000 times every time you stop. Yeah, and you only get 150,000 miles out of the engine. You can't haul anything in it because it's a turbocharged fucking, 182 horse piece of shit. They're trying to like burn the candle at both ends, which is why all these new cars are fucking junk. Ford can tell you that. The EcoBoost, 6-cylinder piece of shit. Junk. These big-ass trucks, Marty, buy 10-speed automatic transmissions. How the fuck else you going to get a fucking 10-ton turbo diesel to get fucking 26 miles a gallon? That's all great and everything until the motherfucker breaks. You know what an engine change is on the fucking Lexus that I'm looking at? If you fuck things up and you blow a head gasket, you don't catch it, pull over into it. You know what an engine change is on that V8, the Lexus? An old one like I'm looking at? $21,000. Fuck that. What that translates into, you're fucked. So when you roll the dice on an older Lexus like me, I could get a double fucking. I could pay 25 to 27 for a 2007 Lexus, have that happen, and be on the hook for another 21 grand. Then you're like double fucked. You may even be triple fucked. Because once you've paid the first thing, either you pay the 21 grand or you scrap it. So you're fucked either way. Yeah, but when you compare it to American junk, you're for sure fucked there. At least you might have a car that goes for a long time if you take care of it with a Lexus. Dry-fisted, thank you. Oh, fuck yeah, they're bad. They're all bad. They're all bad. Fuck yeah, they are. Look at this Ford fucking EcoBoost. You know, they came out with this. This is how fucking sloppy I get. Here's what happens. You get burned out. You need a new car. You kind of want to pick up. You have these fantasies of going up to Michigan in the winter. Want to have all-wheel drive once a winter. One time a year, and I'm worried about all-wheel drive. It's how fucking stupid males think. It's like, wow, this thing's got it all. It's got all-wheel drive. It's got a fucking bed. It's got a back seat. Piece of fucking junk. They just recalled 80,000 of those motherfuckers that hadn't even left the showroom. Like, junk. Fucking junk. But the biggest fuck of them all was this Tesla. Looks like some retard made it in a fucking metal shop class. Looks like a fucking terrible design. You should have got a fucking D- on the design of that ugly ass fucking thing. That's why they tell you how bright chimpanzees are. They're still wearing diapers. Can't even teach one to go to the toilet. Oh, Elon Musk, he's just so goddamn fucking intelligent. Well, not when it comes to design, he's not. That thing looks like a piece of shit. And sitting inside one's even worse. Can't hardly see out of it. But it's got all this bullshit that tells you when you're about ready to cut somebody off. What they ought to put in these goddamn things is a drunk driving mode. You're driving, you're out fucking around, you're smashed. You see this fucking headlights going up, you push this fucking button, the motherfucker does everything. And you record it too. You just pass out in the front seat and you let this AI drive you home. When the cop pulls you over, it can't even unlock the door. Then you get your Jew lawyer. It's all recorded. It's like, well, why'd you pull over, Mr. Reed? It's like, well, he was swerving. No, he wasn't. We've got these 19 fucking thousand cameras. And he wasn't. As a matter of fact, you were swerving. Here's like a fucking 4,358 minutes of video from the time you started following Mr. Reed. He always blinkered. He fucking, didn't fucking turn his lights on late. None of this shit. You did not have the right to pull him over. That's the drunk driving button. Fuck all this self-driving shit. How about just, you're fucked up, you need to get home, you punch that motherfucker and get in it and get in the back seat. You weren't driving. You were riding. That's what I say. They had to get me on this goddamn board. I mean, really, how much would you pay for a fucking drunk driving button on a car? If you're an alcoholic, it'd be worth every dime. God damn right. No, they're all fucking junk, man. Fucking insurance is crazy. That's why I'm just feeding vultures. I think I'm going into another phase of my life too. I notice my behavior is changing. Like I'm giving a fuck even about less than I normally do. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to mention it just for the fuck of it, just for shit and gig about my birthday's in a couple days. Be 70 goddamn years old. You believe that shit? I can't believe I made it this long. I'd like to tell you I don't seem like I'm 70, but lately I have. It's like, fuck, man. I hope I don't feel like any shittier. God, don't hardly jack off anymore. Porn's got dust on the top of it. Slowing down on my boozing. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to be wheeling me out in a fucking motorized wheelchair. You see a fucking ramp here in a couple years. You don't ever think this day's coming. You see that big, long fucking wooden ramp? Fuck. But the good news is I think your mind goes to shit about the same time. Yeah, I think your mind you start not wanting that shit. It isn't like you've got a 30-year-old mind, you wish you were at a strip club and you got your fucking motorized wheelchair stuck in the front lawn. Your mind starts having you doing stupid shit too, like crossword puzzles, all sort of this idiotic fucking shit. AARP. Yeah, it sucks getting old. You better fucking believe it, man. 57 blue. Wow. No sex life. Fuck. But like I said, the brain catches up. You don't want one. If you were thinking like somebody, if you wanted a sex life and you were in the body of something, that'd be a real fucking problem. But your brain starts fucking heading south too. That catches up with your body. You don't even hardly think about it. You do shit like I do. You feed birds. Hey, Larry. You feed birds. Strip clubs, to me, I mean, I like the all-American looking girl. I don't like a fucking butt plug that's flashing, purple hair, a railroad spike in their lip, 19,000 fucking tattoos. No thanks. Oh, your memory? Yeah, there's things you could do for that, short term or long term. Can you differentiate short term or long term? Yeah, fuck it. I got a little bit of a cold. Let me see if my fucking goddamn this motherfucker's worth a fuck. Let's see. See, this is how I do this. And then I'll put this motherfucker like this. This is how I'll be able to tell. Why is that fucking sound thing up? I'll be able to tell if it's worth a fuck. I go in here like this. Show you how I do this. There's no talent to it at all, which is why it gets done. Let's see where it's. And you gotta scroll down in this motherfucker. Like this. Come on, motherfucker. And I click on this. Let's see. Should be right up here. GoPro. I don't see the one that I wanted to do. What's today, the 2nd? Sometimes when it's a long file, it doesn't want to show. Here it is right here. Canon front porch. So I do this. I click on this. This is 2 big long videos of a cloudy day. I go like this. I go like that. That brings them up into the editor. Then I bring that motherfucker down here and I make sure I'm not talking about pussy or something. I have to edit that out. Nope, it's just bird sounds. See, it's a cloudy day. Nope.
Call of the Wild.
Okay, right there, yeah. I talk on that one sometimes to make sure the volumes. And then, so that's not great, but none of these are. So what else is new? See, now this one, because I don't have a bunch of bullshit noise in the background, I don't need to fuck with music. And then I brag the second one down, like that. And I shut it down because there's, somebody sawing wood or some shit, and I don't have to edit. And then I do like this. See if I hear any birds. No, it's just clouds. So here's a perfect example in these boring ass videos. So I look at this and then I'll go all the way to the end like this. So this is a 4-hour and 30-minute video of pure bullshit. But because there's no aggravating noise like chainsaws, I'm just going to let it go like it is. And then what I do is I hit export like this. So this is as easy as it gets. I go down to here. That's what it is. It's 3840 by 2160 resolution. It's 4K, but it's the lower 4K. And then I push export like that right there. It starts rendering the movie. What that does is it compresses the file. So I just take off. I go fuck around like this and let that motherfucker render. Now that'll probably be about 120 minutes. Okay. And then I'll go back there. It's all done. I just click upload and I'll put something like cloudy day, you know, gloomy day, some shit like that. And there you have a fucking 5-hour boring video with nothing. That's how I do them. So these don't take any time. There's a perfect example. And the whole time the camera was recorded, I was fucking around in Augusta, 55 miles away. So these things don't take any know-how of anything. Yeah, don't take any... you know, all those videos you see of moon and all that shit, they're all like that. Probably takes me about fucking 8 minutes totally from beginning to end. And then I get to upload a huge fucking file YouTube will never make a fucking dime on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all right. It's like a fucking bachelor pan. You know, it's shit laying all over, books, fucking porn. That's how, you know, I like leaving my drawers open so I can see what's in there. You know, as soon as I started taking this prednisone, I got to wear my biggest size of pants. Like they say, it gives you this bloating. It fucking does, man. That's why you see those pants all like that, because fuck, my normal ones, I couldn't fucking snap the motherfuckers. You see, now I like the time lapse. I do too, but they don't take any time, nothing. I tell people all the time, man, these GoPros, I have 3 of them. I just push a fucking button and leave. Matter of fact, I want to see, I think I'm fucked out of the fucking full moon tonight, but I'm going to go check right now. I just push a button and go to bed and shit. Oh, hey, another thing too. See this thing right here? This thing right here? It's called a Juice Bank. That's 8-hour battery on top of the 9-hour. So all I do is see it's fully charged now, 4 lights. This gives me a whole night of doing it takes a whole night to get a minute worth of star lapse. I just go out and push the fucking button. That's it. Let's see this right here. This is 8 minutes, 22. So that's going to be about an hour to render. And then all I do is upload it, title it, and that's it. Don't do a fucking thing. People will email and say, hey, motherfucker, how do you take all the time to do that? I don't do anything. I just push buttons. Oh, hey, moon. The fucking moon is out, goddammit. Now I gotta swim. God damn, I can't believe I missed this. Look at this shit. What a fucking pleasant surprise. God damn it. I cannot believe this shit. I'm glad you guys were talking to you guys. I would have never came out here. So, you know, turn this motherfucker on because it doesn't matter. This will show you the inside how I do this. Can't believe this. Really, this is supposed to be all clouds. That fucker's been up for about an hour, too. God damn it. So I take this is my best camera right here. See the moon out there? So I take this motherfucker over here like this. I'll do it over here. Now you can do it a lot of ways. I got a 1 terabyte card in here. I turn this motherfucker on like this. This is how I do these, showing you all my tricks. You could do it 2 ways. You can do it ambient light. You can fuck with it. I find that I got to switch the SD card on this. Oh no, you know what? I'm going to put my terabyte in here, terabyte card in here. See, this card's a little too small. That's telling me that I don't have a card in the first slot. So go back here. Show you how I do this. Terabyte card. That gets me 19 hours of 4K video. But I've been doing 1080 mainly, or low 4K. So I go into here like this, right? Click on this goddamn thing. Right there's the card. It says Canon. But it's actually an SD card, right? So I right click, format, right like that. Format. Yeah, I want to fucking erase it, bitch. Hit format. See, format complete. So that whole card, all that video I just uploaded, I don't need it on the card because I've got a separate file. Here's the card right here, 1 terabyte. So I go out here. And I put this fucking card back in this motherfucker. Right there. Close it. Try not to trip over the goddamn wire. Turn the camera on. Now tonight it's a nice night, so I may just let the sound go. Right here. If it's noisy or fucked up, I won't. So I can go manual, I can go auto. If I go automatic, if I go manual, I can fuck with it a lot and make it like look red and shit. Turn my density out right there. See, like right there? See how you can fuck with this? Different colors and shit like that. Look if I go to automatic. And I can make it all blue if I want. So when you see these colors and this blue and all this shit, it's just fucking around with these switches different ways. So tonight I want to go the easiest. I like that right there. Straighten this motherfucker out. Undo this a little bit like this. Come on, cock. There you go, right like that. Bend this motherfucker down. Hold on, I gotta move this a little bit. Whoops. Got this a little crooked. Yeah, like that. There you go. So I tighten that up like that. I bend it way down here like this so I can go in there and fuck around, watch porn and shit for about 3 hours. While this motherfucker records, it's gonna go up and then it's gonna come down as it sets. See, like right like that. Back it up a little bit. Cool clouds. Let me move this over just a little. Hang on one sec. Yeah. See, like right there, I got it all set up. It doesn't look good on here, but it's crystal clear here. See how it's going away? I hit record. Shut this, even though I don't need to because it's plugged in. I got the lowest setting. I don't have much wind, so I don't give a fuck because I'm probably not going to add music. Now, I should edit this shit you hear me talking out now, but I'm not going to. It takes too much time. So you'll hear me talking when I upload this. So here I am. It looks blue here, but it's not. It's a shitty. Clouds are going over, beautiful. Come back here. Turn off my goddamn light. Damn it. Turn off my light and just let that motherfucker run. Now, if I had better moonlight tonight, it's a full fucking moon tonight I'm getting fucked out of. But because it's so bright, I'm getting away with what I'm getting away with now. But if I had better light, I'd have all my other 3 GoPros going too. Matter of fact, I might do that anyway. At least the 6-hour one. Oh, my damn heater's going on. So, I'm showing you all my fucking secrets. This is all heavily copyrighted trademark. So now what I'll do, go get one of my batteries over here. Like this. Make sure my SD card's in this motherfucker. It is. I already formatted it. Now we're not getting any rain tonight, but I gotta plug if I do. Make sure that I didn't put my fingerprint on there. Unplug the charger. Like this. Unplug the charger. Come down here, make sure I don't have my fingerprint on the thing. Really fucks things up. And then I put this in here. Hang on one sec. Fit this damn thing here. See, whenever this light's on here like this, I know that it's all ready to roll. But I've fucked myself before because these cameras are finicky. So I'll start the camera even before I walk out there to make sure it's on the right setting. Once it's recording, it can't change. But you can barely touch these and it'll change the thing. So hang on one second. Come on, motherfucker, turn on. See, so I got it all set up on my GoPro right here. I'm gonna do star trails because I think I'm gonna get fucked on the light. Go out here, turn this on. Yeah, see, the light's shitty, which is why I can get away with starlight tonight. I walk out here like this, and I've got 9 hours worth of battery, and I gotta go way down here because after about the morning, point it back like this. Nine hours of fucking recording. All the way, you'll see on those time lapse you mentioned you like. Believe it or not, it's not, you gotta wait 2 hours after the sun sets, because even though your eyes don't recognize it, a light sensitive camera does. So I end up editing that out because it looks like daylight, even though it isn't. So this is a perfect time to get this rolling. And you'll see when I edit a little on those time lapse, you'll see light flash up. That's the sun coming up. And it just looks bad, so I let you know to see that that's what's happening. And then I cut it off there. And I only get a minute of time lapse for 9 hours of recording. Can you believe that shit? Because the songs, you don't get to hear them. What I'll do a lot of the times is I'll just take the same clip and do it twice. 2 minutes, put some piano music to it, upload it. That's how I do it. There's another one. So this one will be a long one tonight. I'll come out here before I go to bed and just let this motherfucker roll. Like this. I mean, this isn't the greatest night, but this is better than nothing. So I got the time lapse going, the one that'll go to the piano music. I got this one going. You'll hear me talking on this one because I don't give a fuck. But this is how I do them. Then I come in here, open a Dragon's Milk and watch a couple hours of porn, read, maybe do a live like I'm doing tonight. And that's how I come up with all these bullshit videos that people wonder how I take the time to do them. Well, it doesn't. You just saw it. And tomorrow will be 10 minutes too. So you'll have like fucking just hundreds of hours of these bullshit videos. They're not bullshit because I like the moon. And I like fucking around it, but it takes no time. And the biggest idiot in the world could do it. Yeah, if you like the sun and the moon and shit like that, get a GoPro. I can tell you how to use this thing. It's fun. Yeah, it's so fucking cool. And you never know what you're gonna get. I could get a fucking International Space Station burning up, flying through the thing. I get lots of shooting stars, meteorites. If you look at those videos, I don't even mention them anywhere. I get so many. I mean, you will see probably 2 or 3 per night. No big fucking deal. They zoom by there, and that's what it is. I mean, I've kind of gotten used to them. But it's fun, man. A GoPro you can do so much shit with. And, you know, if I felt like it, like before they came out with these super duper add-on batteries, you could, you'd have to be out there fucking changing them. I used to do it. But now, fuck, with that big long-ass battery, especially on a warm night like tonight, like what's the fucking temperature? 56? That's not bad. That fucking battery's gonna last. And once the sun comes up, it's all down the shitter anyway. So I've got more battery than I need. But if you can just do so many cool things, man. If you live, let's say you live in a crime-ridden neighborhood, take that fucking GoPro like I just did, set that motherfucker up in your window, and hit record. You never know what kind of good shit you're going to get to solve a crime or something. Yeah. Really cool. Yeah, it's really interesting to me. I think it is. Yeah, but you get your money's worth out of them, man. Fuck, 2 of those 3 I got out there are like 6 years old. I mean, I've probably put up 5,000 hours of video with these GoPros. Just fucking around. I didn't even use them, like, because I don't give a fuck about skateboarding or any of that other stupid shit. Jumping out of an airplane. If I was still flying, I would stick one to a fucking airplane. And if I was a place where it was clear water or I could drill through the ice like I did in Michigan, I'd do that. But up here, fucking water sucks as far as clarity. And I'll do it when I go to Florida. So, but it's fun, man. I don't get GoPro. There's better ones out there now. I've got one actually. I just haven't fucked with it much. Once again, procrastination. I don't want to read a new manual, so I keep using my old equipment, even though I got a new one. I've had a new one for a year now. Got all the extra shit and just, haven't fucked with it. But I highly recommend you guys get these if you're interested in this shit. And the still photography is good on them too. Put it in your pocket, go to a museum, anything. Carry it with it all your time. You never know what kind of crazy shit you're going to see. But you got a cell phone, you could do that too. Yeah. What's the purpose? Just fucking around. I mean, I just like randomness of like nobody around, like birds singing, and I love clouds. Yeah, Lake George, those were fun ones, man. Yeah, those were fun. Just see what it's like down there, fucking around, what that shit's doing. Yeah, and weather, it's great. Storms, shit, man. Get yourself, I just read an article today where these Chinese companies have pretty much put GoPro out of business. GoPro, I love their cameras. I mean, they're not perfect. But their customer service sucks. I hate those motherfuckers. I hope they do go out of business. But really, you would really, even if you're not into cameras, you don't think you'd like them, you would have so much damn fun with the GoPro. Whatever you're into. Yeah, it's fun. What's the purpose? Shit. I don't know. I had a lot of shit I do. I wouldn't really define it as a purpose. It's like I like seeing what's down there. I'll tell you another thing interesting too. Get yourself one of these sand timers like this one. That's an hour. And every time I flip that motherfucker over, you got to unclip it, clip it upside down. Every time I flip that motherfucker over, I always think the sand's stuck. When you're really paying attention to how long it takes for an hour to go by, it's fucking longer than you think. Now, if you're having fun, you're drinking, watching some porn, you think it doesn't work right. But when you're paying attention to that son of a bitch and trying to actually appreciate the length of an hour, it seems slow. It's fun, though. I like doing that. You find yourself looking at it too much, too. I always think, oh, it must have got water in there. It's stuck. No, I'm looking at it too much. Just reading books, fucking around, partying. I keep track of all the pills and shit I've been taking. The chemtrails, no, I mean, I don't really give a fuck about them, really. It's actually, I mean, there is a chemical component to that, but not much. It's mainly condensed moisture. And honestly, that's what a GoPro is not particularly good for. It's too far away. It's too far away. Last time I got head, let me think about this. 2 summers ago. Actually, about maybe 3. 3. Yeah, it wasn't that good ahead either. But it was better than nothing. 3. Yeah, no, you can see, like, if it's a real clear day and you got a big chemtrail up there, you can see it, but not good with the GoPro. GoPro does have its limitations, which is why it's 300 instead of 3,000. Yeah. All these hillbillies around here are upset that Georgia lost their football game. Who gives a fuck? I don't. I mean, as I gotten older, I've gotten further and further away from sports. None of the people are from here. You know, it's all a big money making thing, which is fine. I appreciate the athleticism and force, but I don't give a fuck who wins. I really don't. Here's another fan. No, that's okay. Appreciate the offer, though. Yeah. Yeah, where are you at, Moose Mama? I forget. There you go. There he is. Nah, I got a little bit of a cold. Got a cold. Started sneezing a day or two ago. It's getting better. I felt like shit this morning, though. I fucked up this morning. You know, if I don't get about 7.5 hours of sleep, I know now I'm going to be worth a fuck. And I fucked up. You know, I'm so excited to take this prednisone in the morning because it gives me so much energy. You know, I want to take it so bad I take it on an empty. Oh, I forgot that you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cindy. I want to take it on an empty stomach. It gives me so much energy. And once you take that, there's no fucking way you're going back to sleep. Oh, sorry about this. And I don't know why I didn't even remember that. Oopsie, I know that. Got a lot of screen names, man. That's not you sending me those nudes, is it? Yeah. Beautiful night down here. Tomorrow's gonna be good too. I'll fuck around here, read these books. But I'll tell you this, I will tell you this, Cindy. I miss you. I miss I'm not really that much of a weather guy. I mean, everybody, it's 70s down here. I like all this shit, that kind of stuff. But I'm not. I mean, I miss the weather you're having, I miss the weather you're having. Yeah, but super hot. Oh, lupus, yeah, that's a tough one. Good luck with that. Yeah, but super hot, I've thought about this in my life a lot, and you probably have too, and I'm telling you, man, you go back and you rewind all your sexual experiences. I say fuck super hot. That's all for the phonies out there. They bring this blonde, tan lines, and nails, and skinny, and, pretty face, and bleached hair, iron dry with a blowtorch. Can't suck a fucking cock for shit. Looking at a timer. Never interested in a threesome. I say fuck hot. I'd rather have plain white trash, unemployed, desperate, with no self-esteem that liked me a lot. That's the way to go when it comes to sex. We talked about that in the chat the other night. You know how Michelle was living with her sister and mother, how it must have infringed on the sister who owned the home's sex life. I mean, if you're living in a small home and people are sleeping on the couch, even though you're married and, you're being kind and letting them stay there, you wouldn't be throwing the old cock to the fucking wife like you would if no one was there. It takes away from it. You'd be putting your hand over her mouth and stuff like that. It's just, if you got to be quiet, once you get comfortable with someone, you might as well wait until you got the house by yourself. Yeah. No, absolutely right. That's absolutely the truth. I agree. Having warrants is a huge bonus. Yeah. Yeah, and then it depends how life works out for you. You can worm your way in and out. I've done it both ways. I've done love them, I guess, and grow close and spending time, and you crunch all that data going backwards for me. I much would prefer having female friends that I didn't have sex with, that were into classical piano, read well, liked poetry, cultural things, and then be banging some fucking GED dropout that had kids young so you couldn't tell. That was never going to amount to anything. Oh, you got to change it on your Google account. So you got to change it on your Google account. It doesn't matter. Just keep it. keep it. But you know, you go back and it's like anything. You can paint anybody into a corner. You'll talk to these people, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, you're friends with women, women you've had relationships with yourself. I can, you'll eventually get out of them what they don't like. It doesn't mean they're gonna like want to do something with you. I'm totally against that shit anyway, or they're even interested. But you'll find out that everybody, it ebbs and flows. Your relationship gets strong, it gets weak. You have these private thoughts that you don't share with anybody. And you kind of go along, and it's great. But you know, and there are some people that get stronger. I got an idea that Jeff and his wife are kind of like that. I mean, they're one of these people that write books that are trying new sexual positions after they've been married for 40 years. It happens. I just don't think it's very often. Oh, I'm kneeling. Oh, thank you. I get my scrubbies. Yeah, I don't do it either, man. I really don't. Like you'd think. But it's interesting to just observe the parameters of people. And age has a lot to do with it, too. You know, when you're like in your mid-20s and shit like this, you're not doing any of this fucking shit. I'm telling you, man, when I'm like 25 and I got a girlfriend, she's not talking to any other fucking guys on the internet and shit. And I'm not doing it either. Then you kind of get older and, you know, what's wrong with friends? And you're totally sincere that this is it. We're just friends. That's it. Get that through your head. And then as you get into your 30s and 40s, it starts to morph into not giving a fuck with getting older. And it doesn't bother you as much because you're not into it like you used to be. And then if you get really old and you like can stand each other for 30, 40, 50 years, you start holding hands and getting your picture taken with Santa again. You go full circle on what you've sold to the public as a relationship, but it's had so many facets over that 50-year time period, like a golden wedding anniversary. And the likelihood of it being really good at the beginning and really good at the end is low. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. You can, you know, and you can cut it any way you want. There's all sorts, like you guys know this. I'm not, and Pug's like that too. Nobody here is looking for an ulterior motive. You know, you're 25 though. I guarantee if like I was 25, I probably have thought about it a lot different. Not necessarily because anything was wrong with it. It's just you get older, you get burned out, you get fucking bored. You keep telling yourself every day, "Oh, this is good," you know. I have so many damn women that tell me I love my husband, but yeah, I know how that goes. They'd rather shop than have affairs. Yeah, that's what happens. It's complicated. But this is about, I could have predicted this early on. I'm not complaining. I mean, you know, I'm not lighting fireworks every day about how my life is. But it's pretty good, all things considered. Oh, dating? Yeah, no, you're fucked up there for sure. Yeah, you sure are. Yeah, you're right. I think you should try a dating app, though. I mean, like Jeff was saying, he knows some good success stories, and just stick to your guns. I mean, I think that's about it up where you're at. I mean, if you want a relationship with a guy, that's about it. And it is possible. I mean, I wouldn't recommend anybody not do it. Like, if you're looking for that, because the likelihood of you just run into someone accidentally, I mean, it can happen, but boy, you've got everything going against you up there. I'd try it. Yeah, they are, but I mean, people are fake. People do crazy shit after you get to know them. I mean, you didn't meet that last guy on an app, and the same bullshit still happens. So you can't really hang it all on an app. I would just rely on an app for a potential to meeting people if that was I was into. And you know, it's one iron in the fire. You've been around. You're smart. You know how to get. I could always run a background on them. You can like, you know, you can see, you know, you're meeting them. You can figure out pretty early on if they're fucking bullshitters or not. And you know that pot gets smaller too as you get older. More baggage. People aren't quite as attractive as they used to be. You're doing okay now, but you kind of like a relationship. And the last thing you want is for your life to get worse. So you just, you just kind of, you don't want to let too many years get by you, though. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but there is a shelf life to this. I mean, just ask the 55 and 60-year-old women out there on dating apps. You can't give it away. And this is a factor, and don't ever let anybody tell you it's not. Your biggest iron in a fire on originally hooking up is that you're attracted to somebody. And then you're going to fill in the blanks and all that other shit. I mean, haven't you met people and they were nice and kind and did volunteer work, but you weren't sexually attracted? Oh, fuck that. Yeah. Well, but you can't. Don't limit yourself. You're assuming that everybody's like that. And I think good relationships that last a while are a product of luck. So you might not just have been lucky lately. But if you don't do an dating app and you just sit up there and you get older, you're going to be guaranteed that it's never going to get better. So I say it's worth a try. Yeah. Oh, air fryer, yeah, good for you. Yeah, I mean, you get smarter, you know what you're like, and it's like, fuck, it's such a pain in the fucking ass, you know. I do know this. I know a lot like guys at my age that are married, and they don't understand what a transition it is, though. It's one thing to have a relationship and you're always away from them, and they call, how's your day going? Fine, you're traveling, you're out of town a lot. That's much different than not having anybody in your life, and I had a lot of trouble with that. It took me 40 fucking years to get away from my wife because of that. And it wasn't because I didn't have anything going on, but it was just kind of this fucking weird comfort. And even if we only talked once a month, yeah, fucking could not goddamn break that off. Yeah. Could not fucking break it off. Yeah, fucking crazy. Well, we'll just keep looking. And the girls are holding the cards on the dating things. Stay away from married guys, serial killers, people that want to borrow money. Just have an honest profile. Don't skip all the lying bullshit too. Like you like to walk on the beach at night, even though you haven't done it in 30 years. This is my suggestion to you. I think you should just take a picture, good picture, get a good picture done too. None of that half-ass shit in the bathroom holding it, like a good one that makes you look better than you really are. You snap a few of those off, you put them up there, and just put on your ad. I'm a college graduate. I got a master's degree. I used to sing. I live in a rural town. And then title the heading of your ad, I like to fuck. And we'll figure out everything else after that. Hey, Dakota, how you doing? I guarantee you. And then when they take the bait, turn it right around. Just say, hey, that was just like promoting myself. I was just kidding. I'm really not like that. And then it's off to the races. You got like 2,000 fucking responses to go through. And spell out what you don't like, whether it's bald, fat, missing teeth, smoking, stepkids. They're still living with their parents at your age. Scratch them off the list right away. And be prepared for the stupidest questions of them all. Would you still want kids? Oh yeah, fuck, no. Is it possible? Do you smoke? Do you smoke marijuana? All that shit. Be honest about it, because it's going to you're going to come out later doing it. Don't let them talk you out of giving info about your one-night stands. You're masturbating, thinking about people that are married that you've never disclosed to anybody. Just keep your mouth shut. I can help you through this. Part of it is what to say and what not to say. Don't disclose too much. As I look at my stack of porn over there near that cleaner, they say, well, are you into pornography? And I say, I don't think any positive comes out of that. I just don't. I'm not going to lie, but it's none of their fucking business. I mean, any of these people, up until when you met them on this first date, all of a sudden you're lining up the cards to argue. Like if somebody came up to me, it's like, oh, hey, do you swear much? Oh, I try not to. Do you watch porn? I have. Have you ever been with an escort? I can't comment on that. Have you ever been to a strip club? I'm thinking, yeah. I said, why are you like quizzing me? And I'll turn it right around. It's just getting weird. This is how you sell them on all your transgressions and all your baggage. You tell them that you've led a life of honesty and you haven't been perfect, like getting gang banged after the bar closed, and you just want to be as honest and you don't think the past brings anything beneficial to both of you. That way you don't need to admit all the dick you got over the last 10 years on one-night stands. Thank you, Frisky. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do the same fucking shit too. And I did a lot of this. Don't be pinning them down on, that's a long ways off. They start asking weird, quirky sex shit and stuff. That's a real flag. I mean, everybody's thinking it, but there's a protocol. And if they breach that, they don't have etiquette. They're just uncouth, and you need better than that. You need somebody that's going to be good for you. Not going to take you down, fuck you around, creepers. And none of these old guys either. There's something wrong with them too, or they'd have somebody. Yeah. Just like, be honest. And don't let them sucker you into traps. Like, would you ever bang a big black guy? Just say you don't think so. And then come right back with, not that you think there's anything wrong with it. You got to answer these questions properly. I've had that happen to me before. I've had it happen a couple times. I don't really consider that racism, but maybe it is. Just these cute girls, I liked them. It's like they dated a black guy in college. It's like, uh-oh. It's like, what? Like sciatica. It's like, yeah, and then you're just like, was this just one date? Or it's like, no, he dated for a year. And I think right then, fuck that. Next. Not doing that. Yeah, I think, no way. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I do have a couple of old ladies that send me emails about that. Oh, I'd love to do it. Oh, I'll give you a fucking A+. I know how these guys, I know how these guys work. Set you up. Real charmers. You can't do anything wrong. They're serial, like, sexual daters. Just fucking have you lending them money and all that shit. You've got to come through. You got to be looking out for yourself. It's hard to do. And look, there's people you get lonely, you get horny. You just been cooped up in the fucking no man's land, small talk every day at work. And you just think, is there any way out of this? And you just lower that bar. You start going out with guys just to have fun with no serious intentions, but that's where you're fucking up. Stick to a criteria. Either they meet it or they don't. Yeah, that's what I say. Larry, how you doing? Well, you got a suit on, huh? Your new avatar? That's Larry's avatar he uses on his dating site. See that? Suit, tie. It's like, yeah, that's the kind of guy I want. Instead of like some 65-year-old guy in a Speedo. Yeah, these are all major clues, Angie. Yeah, it's just nothing that you can't handle. Not a damn thing. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? You know what I do? I write things down. I have a hard time remembering sometimes, and then I look at them a lot through the day. Really helps, and I erase them and start over with new ones. Well, I think you can. I think on those glamour shots, I think you can like do that like yourself now. These filters and stuff. I mean, you women have created most of this kind of bullshit with this. You guys are the ones that always want to talk about the inner love and all this stuff. But there's nothing wrong with being attracted to someone. If you try and force it, you know right away when you see people. I mean, not always. A couple times you could come, full circle. Somehow you just get attracted. I mean, you never thought it in a million years. But usually it's like right away. I'm well, I'm not doing that great because I'm spending all my time on music theory first. I mean, I'm not trying to impress someone playing do, re, mi, or chopsticks. So I want to understand the theory behind it so it all makes more sense rather than just trying to bang out Rocket Man while I've been drinking. I mean, I'm trying to do it right and reading music as well. I don't want to be putting fucking sticky notes on the keys and all that bullshit. So I'm really doing like a lot unrelated to actually playing, which I'm eventually going to have to learn anyway. Oh, you're not kidding. Oh, yeah, your life story. Be careful with that too. Because when you're first meeting someone, there's not a lot to talk about. You ask some of these goddamn women in my life, you get onto that. You could leave the room for 6 hours and you come back and they're still talking. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, and what good's it fucking do? Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. All right. Yeah, no, fuck no. No, I don't want to hear anybody's life story. Who gives a fuck? It's this is where you're constantly ebbing and flowing between what you really want, what you'd like, and how they present themselves. That's why first dates are so important. You're going to see if they're going to wipe their mouth with a tablecloth, dry their hands on the curtains, be rude to a waiter or waitress, reach across the table, eat with their mouth open, tell a dirty joke. You're feeling where are they at politically? How do they feel about animals? You're just this is the you're trying to get over. They say it's little things. These are not little things. If you voted for fucking Biden, this date is we're never having another one. It's not a little thing. You see these fucking kooks like this James Carville and that ugly wife of his. They made livings in opposite ends of the spectrums politically. That's because they're two fucking unattractive fucking nerds and there was nobody else left and they wanted to get married. But that's not like the real world. That's why they were both single and available at fucking 88 years old. Yeah. But you don't go into this half-ass, Angie. It's a fucking plan. There's books out there that can perfect it. It's no different than a job interview. The kind of house you build. You got to go in this with a set, not just fucking winging it. That's right. Larry can help. Yeah. And don't expect the same kind of feelings you had when you were like young, just starting out in life. That's you take the median, you take the highs and the lows off of your life experience with regard to love interest. You take the worst and the best, and now you're in the area of reality. Yeah, no, yeah, it's a good idea. You don't need it. No, you'll be able to do this. You send them to me. I'll run a background these motherfuckers. There's nothing worse than catching someone lying. You find out that they were married, or I'll tell you another one with women like abortions. If you've had an abortion, don't talk about it. It just seems to like have a disproportionate amount of like doom, even though it happened years before there may have been good reason for it. You don't, what your life was like before you met these people is none of their fucking business. And the better you sell them at tactfully telling them you just like to move forward and anything, and there wasn't anything egregious. It's just You don't think talking about the past before I was introduced to you does much good? You just get the fuck away from it. It's all like negative talking, goddamn horror stories that just cause fucking problems. You know, you get rid of the creepers. I mean, I'd love to fucking sit down a brand new date and get a bunch of wine, just be hitting it off like a motherfucker and ask them right out of the chute, do you like giving good head? But I'd never do it. Even though I'd like to know if they did or not. It's just fucking insanity. I may call Marty and it's like, this girl is so cute, man. Wonder if she gives good head. I'd never, fuck, you may not ask that for 3 years. I mean, hopefully you find out by then. You wouldn't be dating them. But just weird, crazy thoughts you'll have during the course of a normal date. You're polite and pulling out a chair and all that shit. Yeah, thank you. Extremely personal. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. You'll be fucking in the winner's circle in no time, Angie. You'd be rocking the free world. Be looking for engagement rings. Yeah. There's my girl. There's Steph. How you doing, Steph? Do what Stephanie does with your avatar. Stephanie, send that thing you make your face look better to Angie. She's getting back into the dating world again. Yeah. I don't know what app she uses, but you see that avatar Stephanie's using? I mean, it was just a few short months ago we begged Stephanie to never use her real photo. And me and Don't Like That and a couple other guys have already jacked off looking at it. I mean, Steph looks good right there. Well, I'll tell you what it is. I've done that before too. Because I'll tell you what they've done. They didn't appreciate you back when they had a bite at the apple. I've done that before too. They've got out and they've met worse ever since. And maybe they were a little picky or they thought they'd find better and they've realized they didn't and it's worth going back. Like an apple bobbing contest. It's worth another see if they're interested. I could always tell, like that one that was sucking me off in Flint when I went back to move my stuff for back down to Georgia. I wasn't really into her, but a really attractive older woman and a Bible nut. And I could tell when I called her. She said, "Oh, I thought I'd never hear from you again." I could tell right away. She was going to be blowing me in that next week, whether she liked it or not. It wasn't humdrum. She was like glad to hear from me. Fucking crazy bitch. I got rid of her about a year ago. Fucking manic depressive kook. Fuck. And old to boot. But look good dressed up. I don't know if you guys watch much porn. Aunt Peg. She was like look her up on Google, Aunt Peg. You know, I was like 20. Aunt Peg was running around. It's like, oh, fuck yeah, man. Young guy's fantasies. She looks like that. Like she'd be teaching organ lessons or something. Always got a Bible. I gave her a fucking organ. Better believe it. Yeah, it's like, oh, believe me, I catch this shit all the time, but that's the advantages of not giving a fuck and not really looking for things. Oh, you're just so dirty talking, vulgar. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. 635 people. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Fuck yeah, man. No, that's fucking nothing. God, even if you wanted to fucking do a threesome, you couldn't just by virtue where you were living. Just people gossip and talk. You're running into these motherfuckers after you break up with them. All these goddamn women I got rid of are at least 1,000 miles away. Fucking perfect. I can't imagine like having kids with somebody, an old relationship, and just running into these motherfuckers till the day I died with graduations and grandchildren's and funerals. Motherfucker. There was ever a goddamn time to blow your head off. It's something to consider. And then you got to see him, and you like don't even want to say hi to him, depending on what the circumstances were. Oh, can you imagine that? Oh God, I can't even fucking imagine it. You know, say you have Quince, you got like 5 kids, all these graduations and all this horseshit, and you're running into this fucking broad after you haven't fucked her for 4 decades. And that's the worst thing that ever happened to you. but you had Quince because you went to a fertility clinic. And even though she's a total two-bit whore, their kids love their mother because they don't get this part. They were never exposed to it. So you got to show up and act friendly just for the sake of not looking like a lunatic. Yeah, it's how it is, Blue Lynn Marie. Yeah, I mean, this is fucking life, man. I'm glad I didn't have to do any of that shit. And as Michelle will be willing to tell you, don't believe these guys that say they're shooting blanks. Oh, he transitioned, yeah. No, I know. You're like the third woman. I know two women that got divorced from their husbands because they caught them sucking cocks. Oh, so fake. Yeah, you're not kidding. You guys ever get drunk and fuck? Oh, yeah, transitioned. I hope none of my ex-goddamn girlfriends transitioned. That'd really bother me. I wouldn't mind if a couple of them went lesbian. That'd really piss me off. I've been trying to get them to do that part-time the whole time. Of course, who wants to see 65-year-old lesbians? Is there such a thing? What do? Just beat each other with fucking wiffle bats? Plastic baseball bats? Who wants to see them? Oh, God. Oh, I don't blame you. Yeah, you're not kidding. I bet it did. Well, I've thought that before, too. It's just like I don't care about gays, none of that shit. It doesn't bother me. I'm not threatened by it. I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. But I'm not convinced about bringing kids into these gay fucking two men is acting like their mom and dad. I mean, that's a little fucking far for me. Oh, really? You like guys, Angie? Well, you look through those porn things, and there's a lot of that, and this pegging and all this shit. God. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, that your husband was into guys. Yeah, but I've that's not unusual. I know quite a well, not quite a few, but I know of instances where the husbands like the same thing the women did. Big dick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And don't, Angie, no matter what the circumstances are, don't ever be afraid to pull the plug. I mean, you. I'll give you an example. You go out, he's charming, he likes you, just like all giddy. You're wondering what it's going to be like when you first bang. No baggage, I've run a background, just this diamond in the rough kind of. He was shy. Everything's going great. You've been dating a year. No lies, no hang-ups, not busting him on fucking text messages from other women. He's just passing with flying colors, and it finally comes down to the day where you guys are going to go to the Bahamas for a 5-day trip, and you get there and you're drinking pina coladas, and you just ate some shrimp cocktails, and it's time to bang for the first time. You guys get nude, and he's got a 1-inch dick. Yeah, no, no, yeah, don't, no. Yeah, he's got everything in that. And even though you've said all these years that size didn't matter, this was a bad time to admit to that. So you fake like you had too much to drink. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. It's just like you don't want to hurt his male ego. You can tell I don't have a 1-inch dick. You know why? I would have never pulled my pants down. I mean, these poor fucking guys. I mean, that's got to be the biggest torture thing. You're growing up in school, and you know that this is just peer pressure. Oh, he disrespect. Yeah, he's probably, but he could have. Are you sure he wasn't monkey wrenching that to be? There's ways you can monkey wrench a relationship, whether it's like disrespecting your dad or trying to fuck your sister. You get tired of them. There's a lot of fucking tricks you can pull out of the old rabbit hat. Oh yeah, that's right, Larry. Yeah, there's a lot of you can monkey wrench it a bunch of ways. Yeah, but if you get on that first trip and everything's good, if you can don't don't settle for like super important things. Don't settle. You may have to see a psychiatrist because all these years you've been believing that size didn't matter and that it was the person, it's how you used it and all that horse shit Rita used to talk about. But don't put yourself through that. Yeah, but you got to watch out for aggressive humor too. You know, that's just as bad as a direct insult. I hate people like that. You know, they'll be saying, well, Angie, I like everything about you. You know, if you'd had bigger tits, you know, we'd have been married a year ago. Shit like that. Don't let guys get away with that. You check that motherfucker. You force him right down to the fucking line of discipline. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, cut him off on that. He starts talking about threesomes and shit. Just shut that fucking shit down. It's just like gay guys. They're masters at figuring out if you're gay or not. You know, say, well, where's your girlfriend? Oh, girlfriend. She's working. Game over. Well, nice to meet you. They're on their way. No dick tonight. But it's like girlfriend. I've never had one. It's like, oh, okay. You ever think you'll get married? Oh, absolutely not. Unless it was in a liberal state. Now we're fucking talking. Be blowjobs at the rest stop in no time. And guys will do that too. They'll feel your ass out and they'll try and like paint you into a quarter you're not comfortable with. If you like it, great. But if you don't be like putting on airs. Oh, swing, yeah, I'll tell you, man. I've done that shit before. But it was like with well, I have done it with my wife, but it was here's a male ego. You're gonna appreciate this. It was with always another woman. There's no way I'm doing that shit with another guy. But that's all that shit you get fucking castigated about, you know, you're just a fucking male. You don't care about, you know, blah, blah, blah. Which is probably true. I wouldn't do that shit again. Like I said, any women that I ever met that were into that shit were always a card short. I can't tell you why. And almost all of the ones that I had, the second woman was paid. Good for you, Larry. Yeah, but the swinging, I've done it with like good friend girlfriends before, though. They knew me, you know, we were tight, and it's like, let's go do this shit. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But I don't mind like another girl, or I know this sounds chauvinistic and too male and selfish and all that shit. I'll own it. Okay, yeah, you're right. But I'm not bringing in any other guys. I have done it like with women that I wasn't tight with. I had a couple women. This is swear to God truth. They knew me. We were friends and shit. They go out and blow guys, videotape it on their phone, burn me a copy on a DVD, and overnight it to me. Swear to God, it's great, man. I still got a fucking stack of them. I bet I got 20 of them. This is over like probably a 15-year period. I got that old fucking UPS or FedEx overnight. I knew what that was. Fuck, that shit was great. It was better than any porn you'd ever seen in your life. Yeah, and also, man, I mean, I don't think it's old school. I'm sure there are probably guys like me, but I like that kind of relationship with women, like where I'm calling the fucking shots and none of this fucking, you know, trendy fucking shit where I'm helping them fucking eat wheatgrass and compost and fucking our sexual identities are 50-50. Fuck that. No way. I'm old goddamn school. Which, of course, is why I'm down here by myself with a stack of porn. Yeah. Life's funny, man. More questions than answers. I can't figure it out either. I really can't. No, you won't have any problem, Angie. You won't. Go through the things. Don't sign up to too much. You know, in the old days on the dating sites, you could just join the motherfucker and, you know, in a week later you'd be fucking. Now it's like a lot of fees. $1 to send them a rose or a fucking gold coin or some fucking shit. And then $2 for her to fucking answer you. And then you run out of those and you got to recharge it. And don't be stupid. Like I joined one about a year ago. I was sitting here thinking one night, it's like, God damn, I need some fucking head. So I ran one, and, you know, like I said, you can't catfish me. And I know when I got 30-year-old, like, super attractive women sending me a rose, it's pure bullshit. Yeah, fuck no. Not happening. No. I was talking to Rob, don't like that one night. And I went through one night, I was drinking, and I went through 1,347 recommendations of women that fit what I was looking for in my age group. And I wouldn't let one of them blow me. Not that I'm any prize myself. And I got a pretty low fucking bar for fucking blowjobs. But these goddamn women, every fucking one of them looked like you could just, if they were sleeping on the couch and they died, you could just pick them up, put them on a stretcher, take them to the funeral home, set them in the casket, and everything be fine. Looked just like a typical funeral. I just could not get into that shit. Just wasn't attracted to them. Not at all. Yeah. So I just said, fuck that. Between the fake things, having to spend $1 every time I answered one of these pigs, and realizing it was all bullshit, I just quit. And I'm sure I'll get fucking things. You can block those motherfuckers 1,000 times, and they'll find a way to keep on sending them. So crazy. Larry would be good. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Have a safe thing too. That's a good thing to bring up, Angie. Have a safe word. A safe word. You know, if you figure your life's in jeopardy and shit. You know, that's not going to happen. Just meet in a safe place, like a swingers club, a strip club, or a sex dungeon. Maybe I'll get you one of those little life alerts. We can just use it for when you're dating instead of having a heart attack. I mean, who gives a fuck? The cops or the ambulance is showing up. It's important. It'll keep you from getting your head lopped off and being on forensic files 20 years from now. It seems too good to be true. It probably is. I think you could do it, though. I'll coach you through it. Get an earbud. Fuck yeah. Goddamn right. I could just see, you know how they play that music? Ding, 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 like in Unsolved Mysteries? Angie, from a small rural town in Michigan, looking to date. They found her car running. Oh, they are crazy. Crazy and a lot of baggage. Life alert, Wango Tango. We'll come up with a good safe word for you. And you're going to have the typical anxiety all women do in your stage of life. You're trying to figure out if you're going to have some great sex or be murdered. I mean, because you don't know this guy. You're trusting that, you know, what he's done. But I think with regard to dating, it's safer now than it's ever been. IP addresses, MAC addresses, communication cell records, triangulations. I mean, they know more about this motherfucker than you could ever imagine. He's not getting up there and getting into that little town and leaving without nobody knowing who he is. So that's a lot of safety in that. You're meeting in a neutral place. Yeah, I say go for it. I think that's how you should start your new. Maybe Moose Lady could give you some suggestions. Just go to other women and just make an informed decision. Don't let your emotions take over on the first couple dates. You might fuck that guy right on top of the table that night if you let your true feelings go out. You got to play it cool yourself too. Even though like compatibility and all that stuff is good, you still got sexual needs yourself, and there's no sense not paying attention to that aspect. You want to sit there like the Virgin Mary and order a virgin daiquiri and all this fucking horseshit. You want to throw out a little feeler once in a while about how wild you can be in the sack. And then if he's offended, just say, I was just kidding. No, that's a good idea. I used to do that. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is a great advice right there. Well, when I was young, there were a couple instances where I jacked off a couple times before I picked him up. So I thought, there's no fucking way I'm not going to be able to try and fuck this broad or squeeze her tits or something. I swear to God, that is yeah, just kidding, yeah. But that's your one bite at the apple of getting out of when you're really getting down to the nitty gritty. And don't drink too much. Swear to God, you can get yourself in trouble. The last thing you want him knowing is the real you too soon. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's excellent things. Excellent advice. You don't want him to know all. You don't want him to have any idea how many French ticklers, dildos, vibrators that you have in the drawer that nobody knows. You know, the locked one where you tell everybody you keep your diary at your private place that no one should have access to, and it's none of his business. Yeah, no limp dick. Exactly right. That's a big turnoff. Yeah. Well, if you work this mental card deck properly, there's not going to be any limp dick. Uh-uh. That limp dick's a sign of failure or success, too. You can't get that baby hard the first time you go around. It's time to go move on. There's something really off. That motherfucker should have been a hard 2 days straight before he picked you up. Now the big day and he's limp dick. Yeah, time to go. Angie, do you know how valuable this is we're getting? You're not going to read about this in the fine print on the dating site. Between Larry and I and Moose Mama, this 2026 is going to be a whole new ball game for you. Get really good perfume and all that shit. Get up to excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and just let your big breast crush his shoulder as you walk by and said, "Excuse me." You know, all these little tricks. Yeah, and you're going to be the winner of this game. It's just a game, too. I hate to put it that way, but it is. Yeah, absolutely right. When you go to the bathroom at his house, look in there and see if you see any if he's taking any testosterone supplements. Well, Larry will do it. Larry's ready to go. Fucking Larry. They don't call him Buck and Bronco for nothing. Hell yeah. Larry puts on a suit, lets a little Bible fall out of his pocket. He's got it down. He's like James, the autistic guy. James has probably banged more married women in his neighborhood than any straight guy without autism has ever dreamed of. Just slick, gets in there, helps you with your flowers, is quiet, never argues, kind, likes power lines, never talking about pussy, has never been in a strip club, doesn't have any porn. He's set up perfect to just knock out a ton of ass. The husbands aren't suspicious. The pressure gets turned up and they think James is fucking their wife. He just starts drawing. It's my man. This is an aspect of autism nobody wants to talk about. Yeah, it's a good idea. We're here to help, Angie. Yeah, if he hates cats, he's out. Yeah, no, I'm not a big cat guy. I don't, I'll tell you, I would be a little skeptical of a guy that liked cats. So, I mean, not that owning cats makes you gay, but you know what I mean? Yeah, cats are all right. I got one running around here, sleeps in here sometimes. Not much though, so it wakes me up to want to get out. It's a cool, super cool cat. That black cat. Yeah, he's cool. No, nothing. Nope. Maybe a couple fucking nude pictures some night when we're drunk, but other than that, no. Nope. Larry, you think that's fair? Hell no. Let me go out here and check my camera. Got to make sure the old moon doesn't move. I bet there's a really good chance that you can't see anything. The fucking clouds covered it up, but that happens. Yeah, look, it isn't worth a fuck. Better than nothing. It doesn't look this bright. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I'm going to go with it. Make sure I don't step on this fucking wire. I have to come out here and adjust it. See, the moon's very high this time of year. And there's rain in the area, so I don't want to have it too close to the edge. But see how high it is up on the screen now? So I'll bend this motherfucker down a little more like this. That'll buy me about an hour and a half. Yeah, it's just, I don't know why I like doing this. It's fucking weird. Just love. I don't know what it's gonna look like. And isn't that cool though? This is right off my front porch. Park my car right up here like a fucking total hillbilly. Hey, I called today. I got getting a lineup on another Lexus. Just because when I come up to Michigan, I want to have all-wheel drive, and I like that sunroof and stuff. Yeah, no, this makes it look lighter than it is. It's not that great, but I still like this kind of look. It doesn't need to be like the best. Now, that's 100% full moon right now. That's why it's shining through some pretty thick clouds. And see, that time lapse is like, that'll film that thing all the way till it gets to that tree line. Then you're fucked. So this time of the year, with this kind of deck angle from the moon, I get moon, like illuminated moon, till about 4:30 with these trees. And after that, I'm fucked. Unless I want to take the camera way back in the back of the property, which I don't, because you freeze your balls off in the morning. So I get what I can. Yeah, if you get the right one. I just got rid of one. I only had a week because they had head gasket problems, and I knew a guy that was an expert on them. I'm looking for a 2007 to 2009 570. Actually, the 2007 to 2009 570 is about $8,000 more than the 212 480. I mean, everybody out there that's done their homework, that has owned one or knows somebody that did, they know that the older ones are better. Now there we're talking 500,000, but these newer ones got some problems. Yeah, fucking party, man. I might have a shot of fucking. I'm not a big bourbon guy, but I got some. Angie, you still there, Angie? Start drinking this bourbon, man. I'll be sending you some fucking dick pics if you can just hang in there for a little bit. This is what you need for all your dates. Fucking move things along. I'm gonna come up there and we'll go on a date and be all the bullshit I tell you not to do. I'll say, Angie, would you like some bourbon? It's like, oh, you told me on that chat that night that that's not a good idea. I said, Angie, I was lying. It's a great idea. Yeah, I don't really like bourbon, to tell you the truth. Marty gave it to me from somehow. He buys these fucking giant liquor collections, like, I'm not crazy, like 300 grand, shit like that. I'm not fucking shitting you. And resells them for like 20 grand profit. He's always doing shit like that. He was going to give that one to an old dying friend. And we don't have any liquor stores. We just have wine and beer. I wanted to have a couple shots of that. He said, just take it. So that's how I ended up with it. But I don't like it as much as scotch. See, this is nice now. I'm not really a weather guy. And as crazy as it sounds, I'd rather be up there where Angie's at now in a blizzard and go looking at the frozen lake and shit. This is nice, and I'm out here in a t-shirt, sweats. But overall, when it comes to really, releasing endorphins and like really being excited, I prefer winter. Hey, Sally Pete, how you doing? Yeah. And I think bars are boring too. I would hate working at a bar. Just putting up with all that fucking small talk. God damn. Oh, fuck me. I've always been kind of antisocial. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am. I don't really do much shit like that. Never really did. Just this fucking small talk drives me nuts. I couldn't stand just serving fucking drinks to fucking people talking about bullshit. Let's see if I can get this. Hey, Angie, too. No, I forgot how old the Angie is, if you don't mind me asking. I think you're, what, like 36 or something like that? You're like 36? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree. I'd do it. Fucking would. Yeah, you can talk all this shit you want, but a stiff dick has no conscience. You'll start justifying why it's okay. Well, but really the truth of the matter is it's okay because it's brand new. You've already laid the psychological groundwork. You're kind of like bored with what you've had or what you're getting or is available to you. And all the fucking cards come together. The stars line up and boy, or you can justify it by that you earn it, you deserve it somehow. That's why all these dumb guys that fuck around on their wives, that's actually the final step in their wife fucking around on them down the road. Because it gives them this kind of pseudo free pass of getting even. And even if you're the most benevolent person in the world, getting even feels good. Oh, you're 50? Oh God, you didn't like that old. Now you think you'd be you're getting now you got those hormones. You got about another 3 or 4 years statistically. Now that can work both ways too. You could either become just cringe at the thought of sex, or just get hornier than hell, just want to fuck all the time. Oh, think you're 37? Yeah, it's good. What's better than the other way around? God, 50, you don't look that old. Oh, yeah, it'd be great. I know it would be. Oh, that's a good idea. Now, you'll be proud of me, Moose Mom. I'll tell you what happened to me. I've only had this happen to me two times in my life. Once I was young, so I kind of that's an asterisk. But the other time, I was actually living in West Branch in the midst of going crazy. And I met a lady there who I really liked. I mean, in all facets. And she was married. And I talk a lot of shit and stuff, and I haven't always been this way, but I've been this way for a long time. Look at Epicurean philosophy. I mean, I was halfway there before I knew what it was. That's another story. But anyway, we really got along, and she was always telling me how her husband trusted her, and I believe he did. She was like a super cool person. And that was her third marriage. One died, second divorced. He was divorced. And that motherfucker just never really liked me. And I bet the reason, her mother and father-in-law, he was a judge, and I was actually pretty good friends with him. And long story short, she's in Antiques, I'm in Antiques. One day we go to Bay City and have lunch. You know how they have those tracker things on your phone? He finds out she's down there, and she's not hiding it. She just said, yeah, I'm down here with Tom. Well, it got quiet and weird. And I was super attracted to her. But at that time in my life, I was thinking, I'm not doing any of this crazy fucking shit. So there were two facets to this. One, I'm not doing shit like that. And two, I don't want anything to come up for me to not feel about, even if it'll never work out. It can't. She's married. I don't want to create any opportunity for me to think less of her. So he's out of town some goddamn place. And I'm not telling you she was acting like she wanted to fuck or anything. I mean, she's a super straight, no bullshitter. And we go back and we get to her house, and it's out in the middle of nowhere up in West Branch. And she said, would you like to come in, have a bottle of wine? And I said, no, I wouldn't. And it was just what I told you. It was two things. The first thing is I don't want to be doing that shit. And I don't know what your husband said to you, but this is not a good idea. I mean, I actually overcame male-like typical thoughts. But the bigger picture is I really did like her. And I didn't want to create an opportunity of her to be wanting to turn me off with thinking this kind of cool shit was all right. And that may have never happened. And it could have just been a bottle of wine. But considering the circumstances, it didn't seem like it. Long story short, as time went on, I'd go into the antique store. I really liked her. One night we took this chartered bus. We all went to a baseball game, and it was her and her husband. He was just being a dick to me. And I was almost going to fucking get him in the bathroom and say, look, motherfucker, I'm not fucking around, but you quit treating me this way. I'll beat your goddamn ass right in front of you. It got to that level. Didn't do it. About a month and a half later, I go into the enteric. She said, I got to talk to you. By this time, I already wasn't like getting invited over to dinner too much to the judges in her mother's house. And as it turns out, it was him saying, this fucking guy's always around my wife. And, they didn't know me they didn't really know me that well. So they probably said I wasn't getting invited to any of the things over there that he was going to be over there. So finally, this lady comes up to me and says, I need to talk to you for a second. It's like, yeah, what's that? She said, I've never had this problem before, and we totally trust each other, but my husband doesn't like me hanging around with you. And I can't do it. I mean, I'm sorry. And she gave me a big hug. And I said, okay. That's it. And I was fucking really bummed out about it, but really because of the friendship. Nothing was going to change. And that was the fucking last I ever talked to her. I mean, I do look her up once in a while. He's still around. And even if this fucker dropped dead today, that's water over the dam. In a fucked up way, that's just it. Nothing's going to happen. But it just shows you how it happened. But I know better than if you're expecting like good things to happen, you can't be doing fucked up shit like that, man. Wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I just think it's kind of like karma, which is, not, maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. I know how you're supposed to be. And I don't want to even if it's just like a trick to yourself. No, I don't think I'd go up there, to tell you the truth. I was just thinking this the other night. I do think, for an example, this could be my own ego thinking. I do think she would try to get a hold of me. I mean, but we're talking 10 years ago now, so maybe not. Hey, Lucid, how you doing? Oh, we're giving relationship advice. We're trying to get Angie out and light that fire again. Yeah, but that's just how life is. Doors opening and closing. Yeah, well, he ought to be gone pretty soon. And I'll tell you this, I did do this. This is one thing I'll admit that I fucked up on. I shouldn't have done this, but I did it anyway. He was a Vietnam vet, thought he was a fucking badass. And I'm just he's just treating me like so rudely in front of like other people, even when she wasn't there in this antique store. I thought, I'm going to fucking nip this shit in the bud. And I waited and waited and waited. I told her one day, it's like, you better tell your fucking husband, quit talking to me that way. It's like, oh, he doesn't mean it. It's like, okay, whatever. So I finally caught that cocksucker at a Tim Hortons, that one in West Branch. I saw him come in there, got there right, pulled in ahead of me. I waited. He went and sat outside in the summer. Man, I went right over to that motherfucker and I said, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, motherfucker, I didn't do anything with your wife. She's a nice person. But you knocked that fucking bullshit off of talking down to me in front of people. He said, what are you going to do about it? I said, well, do it again next time I see you. I'm giving you a fucking warning now. You shut your fucking ass up. If you just see me and I'm around there, don't say anything. Because you try that fucking shit and I'm going to beat your goddamn ass right in front of your wife. Fucking insecure, man. I didn't do anything. And that was the end of it. And there were 2 or 3 times since then that he shut the fuck up. I was fucking pissed, man. Yeah, no, he'd be talking to me like I'm like the biggest fucking pussy in the world, like aggressive jokes and shit. Because he just didn't like me. I just fucking had enough of it. This girl where I was living up in West Branch. And here's another thing, too. She's 10 years older now. So back then, she was a very young-looking older woman. Like this Cher hair down to her ass, long hair, just a few grays. Got this killer tan, not from sun damage. Yeah. Yeah, he was super jealous. Yeah, super jealous. He pissed me the fuck off, though. You'd have had to been there to appreciate it. This isn't some motherfucker not saying hello. This is just being a fucking douchebag, man. I mean, if you were just standing there as an innocent person, you would have wondered, like, Why is this guy listening to this shit? Yeah, well, I had a fuck enough of it. How you been doing, Lucid? How's the roommate? Lucid can tell you too. Angie, she's been through all this shit. You guys aren't that far apart in age. Yeah, jealous. That's a terrible motion. Like I've said a million times, when I was young, I was the most jealous motherfucker in the world. I mean, just like crazy jealous. Fucking nuts. How's the job going, Lucid? Still enjoying it there? Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you've experienced what all of us here have been through, so we get it. Oh, really, Larry? Oh, yeah, I'm not that too much that way anymore. But unfortunately, it went from being jealous to not giving a fuck. I just really don't think it's possible for me to, like, feel that way towards a woman again. I just don't. I mean, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just, the writing's on the wall. I just don't think I can. Just think I'm, like, dead emotionally. But I'm fine with it. It's not like, I'm fucking lonely or something like that. I mean, but I do think there's 1% of me that could make it fly. You know? Oh, good for you. Congratulations. That's hard to do nowadays. All those crazy fucking interviews paid off. Good. I'm glad you love it. Yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah, so, we all, you just never know. Like Stephanie and I talk about this all the time. Well, it's not really. I mean, my whole house is like this. All the bedrooms, kitchen, living room. It's a fucking mental illness. I don't recommend it. I'm always reading. I just bought a bunch more today. I got a bunch coming in the mail. I just bought a super rare book from a guy in South Africa on a super eccentric fucking piano player that's been long dead. I'm really fascinated with these motherfuckers. You know what? I'm really getting interested in this fucking classical music because you don't bullshit your way there. I mean, these people are humble. It's not like Hollywood. It's not like views, subscribers, none of that shit. They're all really smart people. My only little worry is half the guys that the great composers and the male penis suck cock. So even though I say I don't have any, I don't have any problem with it. I don't think I'm a bigger man because I don't like cock. Pray for me. I hope I don't start liking it. Jesus Christ, 50%'s high. No, I know. But the stripper thing, I never was really like into that too much. I joke about it and shit. I like the girl. It seems like the kind of stuff I like is like long gone. Rather than just the wild child that got kicked out of her house, it's trying to make a buck. It's like a full-fledged 2-bit older tattooed whore. I don't like him talk. I never did like talking to him. I used to give him money just to get fucking lost. I'm not into like into chit chatting. I just like to go in there. And those all nude things, forget that. I mean, that's the last fucking thing I want to fucking see. Not drunk or really interested in somebody. Now, good tits, nice body, flat stomach, nice ass, pretty face. See that all day. Just like art. But I don't want some fucking girl bending over while I'm eating a ham sandwich winking at me, totally nude. Fuck that. That's got to be a whole separate fucking quirky fetish thing. Yeah, I don't want to do it. And I like these women like in orchestras and stuff. They look like goody two shoes. They're not all sun damaged, tattooed. They're just playing the fuck out of this piano or viola or a violin. or oboe, any of that fucking shit. They just seem like so attracted to me. You know, they're like humble, you know. It's probably all bullshit, but I'm buying into it right now. And they're all fucking the really good ones. The superstars of piano playing, the females, are all like fucking wackos, man. Martha Argerbright, all of them. I mean, just fucking eccentric, crazy fucking women. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, I bet these women are into like the craziest shit you've ever seen, but they're all super eccentric, like weird. Ocean's Dogs. Yeah, last one I went to, and it had probably been 15 or 20 years before then, was about 5 years ago. The manager of the Red Roof Inn wanted to take me, and I was just so fucking bored. It was unbelievable. And he's this fucking Chaldean motherfucker that was acting like, he's part of the mob. He gets us in without a fucking cover charge. These titty bars now have good food, crazy as now. That's just another angle to bring more business. You can go in a lot of those ones, like around Dearborn and stuff, and get lamb chops and fucking New York strip. I mean, good, not bullshit. And he's getting our dinners paid. We just got these fucking nasty ass goddamn women. I'm not attracted to black women, but this cute black girl comes over. She stands right up in front while I'm eating a goddamn lamb chop, bends over and shows me her butt plug that's flashing in her ass. It's like, I mean, does somebody out there like this shit? God. And then wants to sit down and talk. Oh, fuck me, man. You talk about a long fucking hour. God damn. Yeah, so gross, man. Oh, so fucking boring. And when I was doing those interviews, there were a couple girls. That one that ended up ODing, that was at that Red Roof Inn. That's where I used to stay, because they could have dogs and she just happened to end up there. But when I was going to strip clubs when I was young, there is that Liquor Control Commission, they were on their ass all the fucking time. I used to tell women all the time, let your husband go to a strip club, because he's not fucking around there. And then they were on this shit. They would take your fucking liquor license in a heartbeat for prostitution, any of that shit. None of them fucking did it. Believe me, I'd have known, because I know a bunch of guys that went to it. It's not that way anymore. Yeah, it's not that way anymore. Fuck no. That girl that was at the Red Roof Inn, she was blowing guys 2-3 times a night. Go up on a special couch in a back room, and there's no fucking way you'd have got away with any of that shit when I was going there. No way. I'm down near Athens, Alabama, about 18 years ago. Remember I told you about that buddy of mine that modeled full time? He was one Fear Factor, and he was knocking out pussy left and right, and we traveled all over for 5 years. We went to Stum strip club down there. It wasn't in Athens, but it was somewhere around there. So, all the broads wanted to fuck this guy, and we're in there. He didn't drink. We're in there and we watch, and there's this just blonde that is just like so fucking cute. I mean, she's just like Miss America or something like that. She sits down with us, and we're talking. She's like really nice. She's a single mother and, struggling, all that shit. She ends up fucking like, they get free drinks there. Long story short, bottom line, it's about like 2 o'clock where you got to leave the fucking place. She tells us that she's always had this fantasy of blowing 2 guys after the bar closed. It's like, well, hey, no problem. We're here to help. And that actually fucking happened. And I kept in touch with her for about 3 years through emails. She ended up getting remarried, but it just goes to show you, never give up on hope. Never happened before then, certainly isn't going to happen now. But you would think that somebody that cute in that business either had done it 10,000 times before, but it's a perfect example of timing is everything. The prettiest girls at City State? Well, I mean, honestly, I would say my whole life, this University of Georgia, where I go up to Athens, it's still yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no tramp stamps. They're all going to church on Sunday, and they're fucking gorgeous, man. Like hundreds of them. It's like the old days, you know? It really, these women are so damn cute. It's ridiculous, man, up around there. These southern schools. Oh, yeah, you'd fucking be in heaven, man. I'm not kidding you. I'd go up to Athens and just get a bagel and get a coffee and see 50 fucking women that are tens walking around in shorts and none of this freak shit. I don't think I've ever seen, there's a couple, that's a big trans place too. And you're going to see people in the record stores that look like they had a dick. They're thinking of getting one or they used to have one. You got that. But for the straight girls going to college, man, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, these fucking women, any place you go into up there, the waitresses, working at the bookstore, fucking tens, man. They're just so goddamn good looking. It's unbelievable. Every variety you've ever seen in your life. Oh, you'll do fine, Angie. Oh, yeah, it's fucking paradise. You'll say, it's like, hey, hi, you going to school? Yes, sir. Oh, okay. I mean, that taco place I go, they've got like 5 girls working at the counter that just beautiful everything. It's so damn sweet and polite. I don't think I've ever heard any of them swearing. I don't think I heard any of them swearing. And they probably do, but it isn't like the typical whores that I was around in Detroit. No, not at all. No, they look like the most feminine, Bible-toting. I told Marty it looks to me like I could just blow their pubic hairs off with one shallow breath. These cute blondes. See, I'm getting into poetry now. I mean, they could not shave their legs for a year and you couldn't feel it. They're just the most tannest, finest, greatest legs, nails, teeth, blonde hair in the world. I'm not shitting you, Larry. It's really like that. They're just so goddamn good looking and sweet. Yes. Yeah, Virginia. Yeah, but I'll tell you, it wasn't like that even when I was going to college. Up those Michigan schools, it's a whole nother fucking ball game, man. I'm telling you, this Southern hospitality, there's something to it. I mean, if I ever meet an athlete that's got a chance to get a scholarship, you're out of your fucking mind if you don't go to University of Georgia. Anywhere south, Vanderbilt's where you should go. Oh my God, fucking, that's all big bucks, competitive programs. Oh, a fucking paradise. I mean, it may take you a lot. It's probably no different, but nothing's like flashy and crazy shit. And you're not. It's good, believe me. It's like the old days. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. It's like these girls, these these girls on these diving teams, these college volleyball girls, these fucking track girls. God damn, man. I mean, they're just beautiful women. The diving ones are a little too like muscular looking, but they sure have fucking good ass bodies, man. I mean, they climb up that ladder and that ass doesn't jiggle one bit. They jump over those hurdles and those fucking tits. Now, I know they're probably wearing some great bra, but still. They're just like beautiful, tight women. You just can't believe women. Women carry extra fat in their like butt and their stomach usually. Not those fucking track runners, man. It looks like a drum. They bend over to tie their shoe and there's just a line. These fucking broads I have been dating, you bend over and it's like grabbing 2 jumbo pillows. Your hands just sink into that ass full of cellulite. You can see where they've stitched in that zipper where they've split those pants more than once. Larry knows what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, they're just so, that the estrogen's really high. Once in a while I'll be up there for some fucking bullshit. Or you'll shake their hand for something. I can't think of it any reason, but it'll occur and their hands feel like velvet. Oh, I bet he does. Yeah, their hands feel like velvet. Those like soft. They They crawl. I tell Marty all the time they could crawl right out of bed, jump up on the Miss America final round and win without doing a fucking thing. No electrolysis, no fucking liposuction, no Botox, no fucking veneer teeth, no blow-dried blonde, no implants. God. I mean, they're like fucking works of art. And, now when I'm up there fucking around on a nice day, I see plenty of like the parents come on like a parents' weekend, and the fucking moms look good. Moms are like, they're right in that 40, 45-year age range. They got these like fucking good ass looking daughters. I mean, they look just like the mom did when she was that age. Nothing wrong with appreciating that. Yeah, the girl rowing teams, I knew some women that did that in Chicago. And they were a little like kind of dykey looking. Yeah, I think you're right. It's true. Fourth. It's the fourth. 70 years old I'm going to be. You believe that shit? I never ever thought I would live this long. 70, fuck. Yeah, the MILFs, though, I'll tell you, I don't really see that many of them, I mean, even in porn, when you look at the MILFs, they're not that good looking. They've just gotten too old. Because when some of that, like, natural, really drop-dead beauty goes away, something else has to kind of kick in. Like, they're a Bible teacher. Like, there's the blonde that plays on TikTok. And she's just like the sweetest lady. Always has her Bible on the thing. Blonde, bleach blonde hair. Has money. They have a nice house. I can see big chandeliers. There's no way this lady swears or anything. And she's just the sweetest lady playing music. Never gets upset. And she's not that attractive, but she just reminds me of one of these older women when I was young. She's just so like, she's got some big ass fucking tits, and she's trying to hide them all the time. She's got really nice hands. I mean, she's not crawling out of bed and banging on the piano. This lady, this is a big deal how she looks, and not in a vain way. It's just part of her existence is like this, like really good, like good person. I bet she's nice, and she's always so sweet. And I watch her play the piano sometimes, and like even though she isn't like MILF, it's the other part of the attractiveness that I find attractive. Like she's just like so sweet. It's her personality on top of like average, maybe a little bit above average looks, because that's like the way your mind works, and it's like it's an amalgam of a combination of factors that makes me want to just throat fuck the hell out of her and bend her over the top of that fucking piano and then give her a max hardcore facial. Yeah. Yeah, parents weekend, no, it'd be good. Which of course she'd never be up for. But it's just the combination of what she's like. Yeah. Sunday it is. Yep. Yeah, a couple days. You're right. It's good memory. Happy birthday to you. Happily advanced birthday. I don't know about you, but I never really gave a fuck about birthdays and stuff. Even as a kid, they were nothing. Yeah. No, but you guys know how you guys are not going to be talking this shit like I do, but you know how you have these thoughts about this stuff sometimes? I mean, they're wondering why porn was responsible for the internet and why guys like it and all that fucking shit. And you just don't get an opportunity to like say how you really feel. You're always skirting the edges. Oh yeah, I've watched a few porns. Yeah, me too. But I'll tell you, man, I've watched fucking few million of them. And when I see that lady under those circumstances, I just like to give her a big Johnny Wad facial. I fucking would. I swear to God, I would. I'm not ever backing down from that. And I don't know why, because well, I do know why. It's because, like I just said, the whole package. Yeah, I know that sounds like perverted and shit, but I keep it real on here. I think Larry would too. I think Larry'd like it too. And then I know and just an extra little part about it is, yeah. And the extra little part about it is she'd never do it again and act like it never happened. Where I just jacked off myself into a submission. Yeah, I like that. Like, I don't know what it is. It's that whole package. I guess part of it is it's something you can't ever have. I mean, she probably gives the worst head in fucking Georgia or wherever the fuck the hell she lives. You know? Or she could deep throat a goddamn 11-inch, real, barely flexible dildo, too, with no gag reflex. You just never fucking know. But I'd put my money on that, you know, she might have done it once and wasn't fucking talking to her fucking preacher for counseling for 10 years after. That'd be my guess. But I've heard this and I've read it. They say some of the best sex you'll ever have is with a committed Christian woman. You know, one that's really into love and being subservient. And that may be true too. She could be one of those. He could come in there and say, how about if I just take this big Donkey Kong cock and we double bang you tonight? And she said, if that's what you want. So there's no way of knowing. But it just doesn't seem like that. And let's say, for an example, just for the sake of example, she came on one night and said, you know, I've been drinking. I don't drink much. I've been lonely. I mixed it with my antidepressants. And, you know, I'd like a big black Jamaican cock tonight. I'd probably never watch her again. So you set up this false idea on what you'd like. And even when it isn't real, if it becomes real, you don't want it anymore because of the way you framed it when you first started fantasizing about it. It's crazy, man. The human mind, man, is fucking out there. So, in the meantime, I will just watch her play "O Come All Ye Faithful" and be happy with it. Becomes too easy. I'd probably try and pitch her on that, you know, Jesus knew you were going to be doing shit like this. He sacrificed his life for your sins, so what's the fucking big deal? Just go back to banging out that piano on Monday. Let's bang. Yeah, and if she's a Baptist, she's even double covered. She can't lose her salvation. Once saved, always saved. And if she's had enough of that Christian brainwashing, she could even use this as an excuse that it somehow made her marriage stronger. What the fuck? My kind of girl. Oh, amen. Good for you. Use a lime with it. No, but it's just interesting the way people think and stuff, you know? You know, I'll tell you what happens to the church ladies. You know, I don't fuck around here, right? And down here, you know, I'm not saying they're 100%, but I'll get talking to them and, you know, it's going okay. And I don't give a fuck. And it'd have to be like something so off the charts with an older woman that it's probably never going to happen, you know? And I'll tell them I had a YouTube channel. And you go on there and I say Chosen One. They're fucking stupid asses always, oh, Chosen One. Oh, you know, which church do you go to? It's like fucking none. It's a joke. I was just fucking around in Detroit and I said I really kind of got known by interviewing prostitutes, and that starts to, if I could see right then. And I said, well, you know, take a look at it. It's like, you know, content all over the place, and I never fucking hear from them, which I'm fine with. But no, you know, I tell them I'm really into birds and shit, and then they catch one of these fucking lives and think, man, this motherfucker's crazy. Yeah, I do it. No, I might as well get it out of the fucking way, because sooner or later, you're going to find out what I'm like. And I just, you know, the main reason is I don't give a fuck anyway. And the second follow-up insurance policy is like, there's no thing. Like, say, for an example, I hook up with somebody and they want to come down here. You could spend a year looking around, taping my conversations, fucking reading my emails, looking in my drawers. You're not going to find anything that you don't know about. And to me, I place a high value in that. I place a high value in that. And like I say all the time, anybody that'd be interested in me, I already know is a fucking lunatic. Really, there's something fucking wrong with you. I mean, if you're willing to put up with this shit, it's the biggest flag in the world. You know, you just know it's like, because it circles back to the impossible dream now. You know, I want to throat fuck the blonde, Bible-toting piano player that's happily married. And You see, yeah, it's so fucking, the dynamics. I live in a broke area. The fucking women around here think I'm rich, and Marty is rich. So wherever we go, there's always a bunch of either I'm his friend or the postal ladies too. You know, they, they're more interested than they would be if I lived in a shack. And I don't give them the fucking time of day. But that's how it is down here. If you were like trying to do that kind of stuff, but if anything, I'll try and send them down the wrong pack. Though, this religion stuff drive you fucking crazy down here. Me anyway. No matter what they bring, I say it's a whole new load of porn. Oh yeah, yeah. I said, oh, porn. She said, it's not porn. Why do you say that? It's books. I said, how'd you know? She said, it's media mail. Excuse me. It's media mail. No, I just nice to him, but I haven't even seen one thing like even remotely interesting. Hang on, I'm just going to check this real quick. I haven't seen one thing remotely interested. Make sure his fucking switches on or turns off the battery. Yeah, good. There's a black girl that works for this delivery thing that does subcontracting work for Amazon. And she's always telling me she can't believe that she's real religious, real soft spoken, sweet. If you shut your eyes, you wouldn't think she was black. Not that that matters. But she's always so fucking sweet. And, really nice. She can't believe that I don't have a girlfriend. No, that happens. I do have thoughts of that sometimes. Man, I had a fucking. I'll show her what some fucking big white cock's like. I mean, she kind of flirty, Just the sweetest thing in the world. I'll rock her goddamn fucking world. I'll show her a fucking special delivery. That happened when I was living up in West Branch. Guy came home and big good looking motherfucker too. He looked like a model, this UPS guy. And he was just slinging the dick to this guy's wife. Caught him right in the act. And they got divorced and she ended up marrying the UPS guy. No shit. They fired him, but then the union got him back. The union got him back. Because they turned him, they fired him for like not doing his job when he should have been working. And then they, twisted all that shit around and said that it's true. He was like, didn't do his job and he was fucking when he should have. Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't enough to like lose your 20-year seniority. I mean, it's just like porno movie fantasy shit. Right after she started riding that old UPS cock, she got a big, giant fucking set of fake tits put on. And you used to see her around town with this tight tops. And I thought, what a fucking dipshit, man. It just looks so fucking stupid to me. I mean, such a turnoff. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Yeah, you're right, Larry. Yeah. Yep. And I put a water thing out so the horses could drink out on the road because it's a long way from where you go to. This is a park that's dedicated. Across the street is the back end of a state park. It's dedicated to like horses. You go there and you already got a horse stall. You could park your trailer and camper and all that shit. It's like made for that. Well, I'm on the back side and a long way from the park. So in the summertime, it's fucking hot. And I see these goddamn horses out there, and I think these motherfuckers need water. So it cost me like $3,000. But I was going to use the water for, at the time, I was going to plant the tree line so you couldn't see my house in the road. I decided against it. So it wasn't just purely for horses. But anyway, and a lot of the people don't want to go that far in the hot summer. They don't ride that far. This is like the longest trail, but there's a lot of older women that are riding these fucking horses, and I've had them like, come over when I'm outside, like on their horse, just wanting to know how I'm doing. And they're like women my age. It's like, God damn. I know it sounds fucking terrible. I'm always nice to them. I tell them they can ride around, or I'm glad that your horse got a drink, but I even had one telling me that her girlfriend would like to go out with me. One that she was just like, nah. Not that I'm any great thing. They're just fucking old, overweight fucking women. I'm not attracted to them. Yeah. I don't know if he did or not. I don't know if he bought him or she got him. But, this is like one of these deals are, male. Like I'm like that, but not about boobs. You paint these women in a corner. They're always saying to themselves they don't know why they like you as much as they do. And then that's when there's a finite time when you get in a new relationship with women that you gotta strike while the iron's hot, and you can get them to do anything, threesomes, all sorts of nutty shit. And if you're like me that wasn't looking for a long-term relationship and you knew that really solid shit that I only experienced twice in my life was really unlikely, you just went for the gold. Like the Bible toter that I got blown from 2 years ago. I had her blow me with one of my paid threesome girls the first time we ever had sex that she let me videotape. Shit like that. And I guarantee you, if I'd have waited another month or two and it kind of turned into typical date, she said, well, there's no fucking way I'm ever doing that. But things were on a major upswing. And she told me later that she thought that's what she had to do to continue to see me. I thought, yeah. Worked like a charm. Perfect. Yeah. So you got to recognize it. Bug is kicking in. That's good. The same kind of shit, except I was into other shit like that. And, once she found out that he wanted big fake boobs, she was willing to do it. I don't like them. No, I was, when I was working as a PI, I just started like doing well. I was probably 26, 27. And I was broken up with my girlfriend. There was an older lady, about 40. And men's talk, eating pussy. I mean, really cute. Like a Sarah Palin look. Everybody wanted to fuck her in the office, and she was divorced, and she gave me a lot of work. So I'm in there one night, and, all these guys are always over. She's really sweet, and I'm in there one night in the fall, and she says, hey, you want to go to a Halloween party with me tonight? It's like, fuck, yeah, I do. And I said, yeah, I do. She said, well, she lived in Birmingham. The guy she divorced had a bunch of money. So long story short, and I didn't even have like a 1% thought anything's going to go on other than I didn't get that vibe at all other than going to a Halloween party. Go over there, we get fucked up, take a goddamn thing back to her house. And we're fucked up, man. And we're over to her house and she grabs my cock and we're making out and shit. And I'm just like shocked over this shit. And she kept like looking at her watch. And it's like, she said, you better hurry up. And as it turns out, I was so clueless on the whole goddamn thing that what she meant was she didn't want to be all up night if we were going to fuck. She had shit to do in the morning. Let's get going. And man, I got her damn top off, and those tits were just as hard as fucking rocks. I could not get a goddamn hard on. And let me tell you, it's just like everybody hears about. Don't mix business with pleasure. I never got another goddamn case from her. And every time I was in that office and talking to other people, like, she'd take a long lunch or what the fuck ever. Was never talked about. Never got any more work from her. But that was like just a really crappy tit job, and I didn't like him anyway, and I fucked up. And she gave me, yeah, but I understand why, because she wanted to fuck, and I was still clueless at that time, and she didn't want to, like, be up all night, you know? It's like, we gonna fuck or what? I mean, it's like, it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning now, we're drunk. I don't want to be, like, you know, making out and shit till 6. Let's bang. Yeah, and I just could not do it. And her tits, I'll never forget it. They were like fucking rock hard. I'll tell you another fucking weird sex story, too. So I dropped out of college one year, delivering these pet supplies, and at the time, Kmart's and Kresge's was kicking ass. And they would recruit these people to be the run a Kmart's or a Kresge's in 5 years, training thing. And I delivered pet supplies. And there was a lot of women in that fucking thing. It was a good job. I mean, if you were running a Kmart even back in the 70s, and you were the store manager after 5 years, you would make like 120 a year. This is 1975. Anyway, I'm going into these fucking things and shit, and I was going to it was in Royal Oak, Michigan. It was Kresge's, but she was going to get promoted to a Kmart. So her name, I'll never forget, her name was Beverly Decker. And I was always flirting around with her. I didn't think she was that great, but kind of pretty. Long story short, I had an overnighter route where I'd need to spend the night. I'd have all my shit double loaded full of shit, and I'd spend the night and then get up in the morning and do it. It was in Jackson, Michigan. So one day she comes up to me and she says, don't you have an overnighter? You know, she probably fucked other guys and I didn't know about it. She said, don't you have an overnighter? She said, where is it? I said, it's in Jackson, Michigan. She said, oh, I have an uncle in Jackson, Michigan. I said, okay. I said, well, I'm always up there on Thursday night. You know, if you're ever around the area, just look me up. She said, you're going to be up there this Thursday night? It's like, yep. So I'm already not jacking off, you know, getting ready, you know, just in case she shows up. And it just happened to work out where I didn't get any sleep. I drove my fucking ass off. I check into my hotel, and I'm laying in my goddamn bed at a Holiday Inn. And it's like 6 o'clock. Like, fuck, I hope this goddamn broad. I wasn't into it that much anyway. Because if it was like fantasy material, somebody who was super trained, didn't give a fuck about any of that. But her, it was like humdrum. Fucking phone rings. It's Beverly. It's like I'm down in the lobby. It's like, oh, fuck, man. Get this shit. Shows you what a small world it is. In Kmart, this is one of the reasons they went out of business. The buyers were the good jobs. In other words, if you were selling widgets or fishing lures, you had to get in through the buyers. And all those motherfuckers were on the take. You know, trips, liquor, booze, fuck who knows what to get in the fucking door. It was political and dirty. We're going down and eating dinner, and the Holiday Inn was pretty decent. And we're fucking up, starting to drink, and we're eating. And it's kind of busy. It was a good restaurant out there, Jackson, Michigan. Get this shit. There's a fucking table right next to us. And she'd already been with Kmart's, Kresge's. It was the same thing for quite a while. She was on the verge of getting her own fucking store somewhere. The fucking waitress, swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. The fucking maitre d' or concierge, wherever the fuck it was a nice Holiday Inn, brings these two motherfuckers right next to us and sits them down, and guess who it is? It's two fucking big shot buyers for Kmart that she knew. And the first chance she got, I knew who the guys were, but they didn't know me. She bent over and said, do not say a word about working for Hart's Mountain. And I said, no, I knew what the fucking deal was. And these motherfuckers start drinking too. Before you know it, they're getting fucked up too. And she said my name was Jack. She didn't even want like my real name used. And we do this and we fucking go. I play along perfect. I made up some bullshit that I worked at Ford Motor Company or something. Not one of their vendors with her. You know, she was about ready to get some fucking cock. So we get fucked up. They get fucked up. They're just like acting like crazy motherfuckers. And we go out in the lobby, and I'm like trying to walk her to her car because I really don't want to do this. And it just couldn't. It got too creeper. So I said, you want to come up, you know, and watch some fucking TV? He said, yeah, fuck yeah. We go up to my room. It's like, this bro wants to fuck so goddamn bad. It's unbelievable. I'll never forget it. I'm not even fucking into it. Whiskey dick, that's Drew. Wasn't really into it. I remember getting her fucking top off and like holding her shoulders And I can remember feeling a bunch of acne on her back, like on the top shoulder blade, like bumps and shit. I don't know what the fuck it was. Maybe it was fucking shingles, something like that. But I thought, there is no motherfucking way I'm ever going to get a hard. And I play along, and I start saying I drank too much, and you want to come back tomorrow night. I'm trying my fucking ass off because I've already had it broken my ass with breaking this rule of fucking around people that you need to do. And my biggest fuck up, it wasn't like fucking attractive women that you worked with. It was being with women you weren't attracted with, not being able to get a fucking hard on. That's a totally different story. So we fuck around and I try and fuck. I just couldn't fucking do it. She ends up leaving like at 5:30 in the morning. Same fucking shit. I went back to delivering at a goddamn store, and it was like, fucking Grim Reaper showed up. Yeah, it was just fucking weird. So those were like two weird deals I had happen in my life. Yeah, it just fucking turned me off. Yeah. It's not fucking worth it. No, note to self. If you're going to do that shit, swing for the pheasants. This is just some fantasy material you've been beating off thinking about them for 5 years. You're really into them, and the opportunity comes up, and you're willing to lose your job. Well, that may not be a good idea, but there's some logic to it. But note to self, do not allow women you're not really into. Now, the fake tits, I had no way of knowing that till I pulled that bra up. The pimple on the back, well, that just happens. But if you just stuck to your guns, now, if she'd have been good looking and that, well, I fucking went for the fucking gold and felt this shit and didn't. I fucked up. But I set too of a low standard to get myself in a bunch of shit that people that just didn't want to have a thing to do with me after I couldn't give them a good dicking. Yeah, thank you. No, it's fucking true. It's just like this, like Lucid, you're going through the same bullshit a lot of us has gone through. Your relationship turns into like fucking a roommate, fucking no sex, you don't give a fuck. You're staying together for the kids. All the fucking things that you're just fucking bored. You're reading self-help books. You're paying $200 to get talked into keeping something that you really don't want. And then you got some guy at work that's like super nice, polite. He's just as miserable as you are. I mean, this is human nature. You always got the human element. Well, I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. If that ever came to that, either you quit or tell him to quit. But it'll be a fucking disaster. I can't imagine. I didn't really even have problems with like women like that, but there's some of them I just could not imagine working with them in the same company for fucking after things went south. Yeah. And like anything, it's like when Jeff talks about his marriage, luck is always a part of this. You're always going to have, it's not just what you decided to do and like something I've described. It's your time. Is it bad or good? You just don't know. You know? Yeah, no. Tell me you got herpes, anything. And speaking of that, look at all the fucking people that got herpes. All these people that got like fucking sued and shit because you got them, man. You're fucked. They better disclose that, and you better be able to prove it because, like Dennis Robbins, an example. If you've got an established medical record and you get herpes from them, and they didn't disclose that to you, and it damages your life, which is a legal theory, you're fucked. You know? Yeah. Live and learn, right? And then, you give the exact extreme opposite of people, too. You'll meet people that were both virgins, their sex life's great up until the day they die. It happens. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but if you gotta be saying that shit, that relationship probably went south. Just cut your losses. Just find religion or get back with your old girlfriend, anything. Just get the fuck away from them. Yeah. Yeah, who the fuck wants that? I probably do have papillomavirus. They say that 95% of people that have been sexually active after 30 have it. Probably got that. They vaccinate for it now, which isn't as much problematic for men as it is for women. But I never had any of that other shit. You know, and I tried to be as careful as possible, but you know, there are fucking things that come up, and you know, you're not batting a perfect fucking record. You know, you do stupid shit. Yeah, I think it was way more than half, way more than half. Which for women, like it causes additional problems. Where you'll notice it on people is it causes those skin tags. You'll see it around the eyelids a lot. That's from the herpes virus. Yeah. But I never had any of that fucking shit. I was pretty careful too. I mean, it wasn't just reckless, but you know, it's not like you're, you know, banging fucking $10 an hour prostitutes in Belle Glades, Florida, and just feeling you're lucky. You know, it's pretty decent group of people, but it's not like you always catch this shit from sex workers. I mean, you catch it from the least suspected. That's it, Larry. You got it. Stiff dick has no conscience. I mean, it's hard to believe in a conversation like this that it boils down to hormones, but sometimes it does. You just like want to do this shit, man. I was thinking about this today for some reason. You know? Yeah, it is. Pretty hard to get though. Pretty difficult though. The odds are really low. It's just like penis to vaginal contact. It's pretty hard to get. It's the butt fucking that would get you in trouble, which is why it affected gays so bad. It's that blood to blood contact. And this isn't blood like you got a bloody nose. This is microscopic blood that you wouldn't see unless you did a smear, which of course you're not doing in a sexual encounter. Yeah, I don't have it either. I mean, even if I got that shit at this stage, who gives a fuck? When you look at these sexually transmitted disease case studies like the National Institute of Health publishes, they say the highest rate of an increase in the general population is among geriatric people. I think it's just when you're 85 and you're still fucking in an old folks home. I mean, does it really matter that you get it or not? I mean, you try not to, but you know, it's one thing getting that at fucking 19. It's another thing getting it at 89. I think they're just on there. Nobody's using protection. And I think there's women out there that, and probably men too. Well, there are, but I know more examples of women. They really get off like giving that. They're men haters deep down. You know, that Allie, the one that died of organ failure from HIV, one of the prostitutes I interviewed, there were guys coming down there fucking her in the ass for $25 without a rubber. And she never told any of them she was HIV positive. I was told Raven was HIV positive, but I don't know if it was true or not. I don't know. Fucking nuts. And you got guys down there with like, you know, wives and like you got a good life, but you're just a sex addict or you can't get enough or you want something different. You're down there fucking these women without a rubber. It just seems insane. It's got to be some like reckless thing, like these wing jumper motherfucking crazy people. Got a good life and a good career and sponsors, and you're up fucking jumping off these mountains in these goddamn wingsuits with a family to raise. Honestly, I think the same thing about people that drive motorcycles. It's selfish. The data's there. If you've got kids to raise and you've brought them into this world, you need to stay the fuck off motorcycles. I do. See, something like that could turn me off on a date. I used to start arguments with women back when AOL had a dating service. It's like, man, you're a one selfish fucking bitch. It's like, well, what are you talking about? It's like, you've got kids, you're a single mother, and you're riding motorcycles. How fucking stupid. And then it'd get turned around, and 2 weeks would go by, and they'd fucking tell me they don't know why they're contacting me, but they thought about what I said, and thank you. And before you know it, I was pounding them full of cock. I tell you to stay off those goddamn things too, Cindy. I know it. I'm telling you, the data's there. Fucking too dangerous. They were dangerous when I was riding them in the 70s, and that was before cell phones. Now, if you were one of these kooky Christians that thought when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, or maybe you're just bored in life and like you don't care if you get taken out with one, but if you want to live and you like life, the data is there. Go crunch the numbers. You stand a 38.7% chance of being killed in a motorcycle than you do in a car accident. Now, if you think, well, it's my time, okay. I don't think that. It's probabilities, which is why limits are so low on motorcycle liability policies. Because if you're brain dead, in Michigan, you don't even need to wear a fucking helmet. If you're brain dead, you're medical. They're going to cap that shit out in 10 days. The liability limits are low. The medical's low. It's the same thing with airplanes. You could have a $10 million airplane, 100,000 medical on each passenger, and it's a four-seater. Yeah, it's the only reason you can make insurance affordable, and you just cross your fingers and hope it doesn't happen. But if you crash that fucking plane, everybody gets fucked up with a closed head injury, you're not going to get a day and a half before you don't have any money. You're going to have to go on Medicaid. Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's great. I'm happy for you, but I mean, I don't know what your philosophy is on, you know, doing this. Yeah, no helmet. Can you believe that? You get a fucking ticket for being in a car, which got every safety mechanism in the world, without wearing a seatbelt, and they let you ride a motorcycle without a helmet. I mean, it's a hell of a gene pool eliminator. Same with aviation. It takes out the fucking people that hopefully it gets them before they produce offspring. Offspring. Yeah, but you shouldn't ride that goddamn thing. Unless you just, I don't know. I mean, I would like to know why you do this. The wind going through your hair and it can't happen to you. You're lucky. You watch where you're going. You wear leather. You always use your turn signal. I mean, oh, no, that could do it too. Not scared of anything. That's right. It doesn't scare me about being dead as much as it would scare me about being paralyzed and in chronic pain. You know, just getting your legs fucking chopped off and shit. Closed head injury. I mean, you got such a good life now. It just seems like the risk wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, you won't get on one. Yeah, see, so you realize the risk and you know it's out there, but like, you know, Moose Mom is not stupid. I just, it's interesting why people do what they do. You watch this about these fighter pilots on YouTube videos, and you'll find guys that are shitting their pants, pissing their pants, passing out, and other guys that were never scared. It's so fascinating. Like, I like aviation, skydived for a long time, flew a bunch of planes, helicopters, all that fucking shit. And there's no goddamn way I'd ever fucking jump off one of those mountains in a fucking wingsuit or climb the side of a mountain. Fuck that. Or dive in a goddamn cave 200 feet under the water with needing a fucking flashlight. Fuck that. Oh my God, Moose Mama. Bet you would. I bet you would. Yeah, I know two people that got killed. Not well, but I knew of them that got killed hitting deer on a motorcycle. My sister had this fag, masseuse, that used to come up and give her massages. And he had one come through the windshield down in Orchard Lake and kill him. Yeah. Deer. Well, they're fucking 200 pounds. God damn. I mean, 200 pounds is 200 pounds. Doesn't matter it's a bag of feathers or fucking bowling balls. Yeah. Husband rides. And I don't get this vibe from you, but any motorcycle people I ever knew, I don't know, man. I just never really like have much in common with them. That Sturgis and all that fucking shit. Just so boring to me. You know? Oh, okay. Yeah, well. Too bad we couldn't have met earlier in life. I'd have given you something to fucking ride. Hey, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you that. How long have you been married to this guy? And was this your first marriage? Was this your first marriage? Yeah. Yeah, any women I ever knew personally, they were always that rode. It was just like, it's all this leather shit and this fucking drinking and smoking dope and stuff and tattoos and going Sturgis. I've been out there one fucking unfortunate time. Sturgis and all these fucking adults acting like children. It's just not for me. I was talking earlier about good bodies. Some of these women on These high dive women, man. I'd never jump off one of those goddamn things either. Feet first. No fucking way. Oh, second first and 4 months second. Oh, good for you. Congratulations. Yeah, these high diver women, that just take I know this sounds insane, but you guys know I bring this shit up all the time. I always think these cute girls that jump off these fucking radio towers that are into the clouds, I always think they'd be good in bed. I know there's probably no logic to that, but I mean, like I had motorcycles when I was a kid, airplanes, you'd roll it over a little, they scream, you floor it, they giggle, oh, quit doing that, and then you get these high dive girls, and they're up in the fucking clouds doing 20 flips before they hit the water at like 200 miles an hour, tear your fucking head off if you didn't do it right. And I'm always wondering if they're any better in bed than a normal woman. Because they're mine. How do you not I'd pass the fuck out, man. You ever see that? They climb way up on that fucking shit and just stand there with their toes over the end. It looks like they're in fucking airplane. God. It's just gotta be like your mind. And there's a bunch of hillbillies on YouTube that jump off these bridges. They just jump off the side, fucking do a bunch of flips and shit. Land. God. Oh, they don't know you're Ryan? Oh, you don't? Oh. Oh, all natural teeth. Well, that's weird. So you're kind of an anomaly. Do you have a tramp stamp? Do you have a tramp stamp? Yeah, we did that shit too. We used to swim in a quarry. And every year 2-3 people drowned. And that was the mystique to the whole fucking thing. You were a big pussy if you didn't swim out to the raft. Oh, you do have a tramp stamp. So I'm assuming that was the first marriage. Yeah, fucking life. You just don't know where it's going to take you. Nothing wrong with that. So we've got Angie on the... Now, Larry, you're about my age, aren't you, Larry? Aren't you about my age, Larry? Maybe you and Angie can hook up. At the very minimum, you guys could just get each other ready for the big leagues. Hell yeah. So with the internet, this is better than a dating site. I mean, you kind of see where she's coming from. She kind of sees where you're coming from. You go up there. Oh, you already got so much. I mean, this is like 5 days worth of shit already behind you. She knows where you're coming from. You know where she's coming from. You're not that far from Angie. You're not that far from her. You're not that far from her. You could be, I tell you right now, you could be to Angie's house in 3 hours. No kidding. It's a nice place too, a nice area. She'll show you what's up. Yeah. She'll show you what's going on. She's kind of stuck in a small town. It's a beautiful area where she lives. I'm not going to say, these stalker crazy motherfuckers up here. She lives on the east side of Michigan in a very nice resort community. Yep. She's a good singer too. Yeah, I think you would have fun. I want you to tell her the truth though. Yeah, no, I don't know how you I think it's funny you should bring that up because I've thought of that a lot. I mean, you must have been sexually harassed up the fucking ass. You know that fucking Bible toter that I got to do a blowjob video with another girl? Almost her included. Almost all the women that I knew in factory work like that over a career, which I think that you worked there a long time. They all fucked like 3, 4, or 5 guys during their 30 or 40 years at the factory. Not in and of itself a big deal, but I kind of understand it. You're working there, it's overtime. You get off work, you're hungry, you bond with people, you know? Do you think there's anything to that? I mean, I just don't know anybody, straight people. Yeah, I just don't know any straight people that you're going to be around like people you're attracted to for 40 years and somewhere along the way you're not going to fuck. Oh, it was all fun. Would you say you say teased in this day and age, would it be called sexual harassment? Let me tell you sexual harassment too. That the way that works is you have to be notified. Like say I go up and I get a job where Angie works. And Angie's working and I sit down and I get a drink and I say, Angie, you got the nicest looking tits I've ever seen. I jack off all the time thinking about them. And Angie smiles and I go there for a year and Angie never says anything. And then Angie meets some guy and she tells him about me and he gets mad and he forces Angie to go to the owner and say, hey, this guy Tom, he's talking this crazy shit. And the owner comes up to me and she said, Angie is offended about the comments you make after you've been doing this a year and a half, but she doesn't want to hear that anymore. Now you're put on notice. That's when it's sexual harassment. But the first year and a half before I was notified that it really bothered Angie, didn't seem like it did. That's not sexual harassment. So you have to establish a reporting date because all these women be getting these fucking guys, every place would go out of business. They claimed everything was sexual harassment. You have to be notified. In most places of work, they make the guy like me sign something. It's like, yeah, I'll quit. Even though I told Angie for almost 2 years about her tits, I won't do it anymore. And if I do it again, then you're in trouble. It's only harassment if you don't like it. That's exactly right. And if you don't file a complaint, putting them on notice. Yeah. It doesn't matter now because he died, new owners. But the guy, that Windsor family that owned the Tim Hortons, I was pretty good friends with them in West Branch. And they had this trans fucking cunt that I never really got along with. And I didn't like her. I fucked with her all the time. And I knew that I was good up until I got a warning. And one day I was in there and she's just her shitty, bitchy self. And I said, hey, I wrote a will last night. It was a girl transitioning to a guy. And she said, oh, yeah, what am I getting? I said, you're getting a big 9-inch cock. Just in case something happens to me. And she grins. Now, since then, never complained, never said anything. Matter of fact, I bought that fucking bitch lunch a couple of times when I ran into her broke ass, even though I didn't like her at this taco place thing. Finally, one day, I was in there, nobody around. I'm not going to say it in front. I was fucking with her. I didn't really like her. And I made some comment about, this cock, I'm going to put it in formaldehyde. So I'm friends with the owners. And he calls me up one day and he said, hey, this fucking, whatever her fucking name was, said that you were talking about willing her your big cock. I said, yeah, I did. He said, well, could you quit doing that shit? She said, no, I don't fucking give a fuck. We can't stand her anyway. And I said, well, hey, look, this is what you need to do. They were Canadian. I don't know what they do over there. I said, well, you need to type some fucking bullshit up and have me sign it because this fucking bitch will sue your ass. And that's exactly what happened. And I signed it, and there was never a complaint. She sued him, but it didn't go anywhere. It got dismissed. Let me tell you another fucking weird happened. He had a brother that owned some Tim Hortons down around Saginaw. And they were in tight with the cops and the fire department. They were always doing fundraisers and tots for kids and whatever they call it, dolls for kids. All that bullshit that goes on around the holidays to give kids toys. So they have a golf outing. And they're all a bunch of pussy chasers, most of them divorced. And they decide the greatest thing, they rent the golf cars for a day. And they go to this strip club they're at. They hire all these fucking strippers to be the girls that serve beer and shit in coolers with their pussy hanging out and no bras and that kind of shit. And they have a fucking hell of a good time. And they do them as strippers. And they're bringing them over a pina colada and they're squeezing their tit and rubbing their cock up against her ass. It's just good old times, just like it was when they saw him in the strip club. About 6 months go by. The motherfuckers get sued by the strippers for sexual harassment. They go to all this goddamn mediation fucking horse shit, where you got a bunch of fucking liberal pussy and transgender dykes fucking deciding this shit. You ready for this? These 5 fucking strippers got a $107,000 settlement through their fucking underwriter of the places they owned for sexual goddamn harassment. They were in good behavior at the golf course. And they're just fucking around drunk, which is why they hired. And you know what the message was to the guys after the settlement was? Even strippers need to be treated with respect. Fuck you. They weren't disrespecting them. They were just doing the kind of shit you'd expect with girls and their pussies hanging out during a drunken golf outing. They lost. They had to settle. And they didn't want to settle. But, in Michigan, it's not up to you. There are bean counters. It's like, well, what's it cost us to get rid of these fucking broads? The lawyer got a third. I know it's bullshit, but that's the way it is right now. That's what I'll tell you some fucking bullshit I learned about, Larry. As is, you buy a used car or something like that. So I started looking this up for a fucking guy the other day. It's a friend of Marty's. And you go down to these Beacom auctions, these big high-end sports cars all over. There's Barrett, bunch of them. They're selling these fucking Barracudas and shit for $2 million, that kind of shit. Well, I always thought that as is meant as is. You're buying a 67 Camaro. I mean, the fuck? If the motherfucker quits running the day you get it, tough shit. Well, you ready for this? I went and looked up the case history on the lawsuits against 2 of these big auction houses and actually paid to read the briefs. As it turns out, believe this or not, you can go to one of these high-end auctions. Jay Leno's there, all these fucking car collector motherfuckers. When you're buying a car there, you're signing as is. But as it turns out, as is also includes the title. That's exactly right. That's exactly it. It also includes the title. There are 3 cases out there. One of them where the car was stolen. 2 where the titles were falsified. And the case law supported the auction house. They whipped out that fucking contract with that Jew attorney and said, hey, yeah, we know the title's fucked up, but looky here what you signed. And they lost. 3 cases that I read through. 3 very notable auction houses got fucked when they bought these cars from them, and the justice system sided with them. Now, I always thought that as is meant with condition and, it doesn't have the original engine, the numbers didn't match, but it fucking applies to a fucking title too. That's fucking nuts, isn't it? Sell me a stolen car and you're not liable. I mean, you can sue and spend a bunch of money, but the case law favors them. It does vary from state to state, which is why the biggest fuckings come in Florida. You're exactly right. In Arizona. That's exactly right. And 2 of these big auction houses, they would never get away with that fucking shit where their home base is, which is why they travel. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's it. I'll tell you another state that'll fuck you on some goddamn bullshit. Well, it's not really. They're doing what they're supposed to. Ohio. Hey, get this. There's some famous guys that I was really into antique marble collecting at one time. Block. They made a lot of the books. B-L-O-C-K. Mark Block is who I'm talking about now. I don't get along with the little fucker, so I hope he hears this. Long story short, back in like the 80s and early 90s, there were some famous... The difference between glass art and a marble is glass art was never intended to be played with. It may look like a marble, but nobody's paying $2,800 for this son of a bitch and going out and letting their kid play with it on the fucking sidewalk. Follow me? There was a very famous guy named Mark Matthews. He came out with the early, really good shit. And when you're dealing with glass, you got about a half second to make that shit look like you want it to. And after then, it's hard and you're fucked. You're not remelting and starting over. So the guys with this, like calligraphy, the guys with this real great talent, They're whipping out this good fucking shit and just charging these fucking insane fucking prices for this shit because they were better than everybody else. You got a lot of people with money and they're chronic collectors. I used to be one. Then as the ante got up, they'd come out with these bowl sets, which means you'd make this kick-ass bowl, and then you'd fucking make 9 or 10 marbles that fit into the motherfucker. And then they even, this fucking guy was killing it. Mark Matthews, you can still, his shit stills for crazy. I met him one time, doesn't mean shit. I wasn't into that stuff. But anyway, blocks were known for like shaky shit, but nobody ever could pin them. So I'm down at a marble show one time down around Columbus, Cincinnati, and there's a fucking family. They had money. Both the girl and the guy were in medical school. And they didn't work, and you could tell they had money because they were big buyers of this Mark Matthews shit. So Mark Block, the guy that wrote the books, he was kind of the in-between of the maker and the buyer. They're buying all this fucking shit, got a bunch of money into it. There's a big show down there, and these people with some money, these medical school students, run into fucking Mark Matthews, the guy that makes the motherfucking marbles. And they're bullshitting and talking. They said, man, your shit's just fucking killer. This shit is so fantastic. We feel so fortunate to have the autographed, etched marbles that you made. Mark Matthews says, autographed marbles? What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, well, yeah, we got a couple sets that are etchings. You could do it with this like Dremel tool, and they're signed by you. Well, that became really popular later on about that time. So he said, and he says, as a matter of fact, we're going to a show after here. We've got some out in the car, the hotel room, wherever it was. He said, well, could you go get them, please? It's like, yeah. He goes and gets these goddamn fucking sets that were 3 times as much because they're now signed, just like prints or paintings or anything else. They bring them back in. Fucking Mark Matthews has a fit. He said, I didn't sign these fucking things. He said, not only that, that's not my signature. It doesn't look like that. They said, well, who'd you buy them from? Guess who? Mark Block, the guy that wrote all the famous fucking books. Any other state, you try this shit in some of these, Florida, they'll tell you to get fucked. Go do that down in Detroit, where fucking crime's rampant, the police, fuck you, they'll laugh you out of the goddamn police department. Not in motherfucking Ohio. These fuckers right there, the next day, they stayed extra days to go file a police report. And detectives get assigned. Yeah, detectives get assigned. Well, they're big grand jury state down there. The whole joke in Ohio is they'll indict a ham sandwich. So the detectives go to Mark Block's like, hey, did you sell these to these people? Yeah. Did you fucking scratch those fucking signatures? It's like, no, I didn't. It's like, well, we got the guy here that makes them, and he didn't do it, so who did? It's like, I don't know. It goes to the grand jury. They indict this motherfucker. Well, this guy had it made. Rich Jewish family out of Connecticut. He ends up pleading guilty to felonies. And it was along the lines of check forging. It was something to do with destroying an instrument. I mean, it sounded like white-collar crime, but it applied to doing it with signatures on marbles. That motherfucker was a convicted felon the next year. Because fucking Ohio, let me tell you another weird thing happened to me one time. I was really into like good, rare photo albums. Like say Rocky Mountain National Park in 1902, shit like that. And I had tons of them, and I was buying them everywhere. Going to auctions, buying a collection. You fucking just insane fucking mental illness. There's some cunt down in Ohio. It has this really good looking one. And it's 3 old albums that are falling apart, but it's got like kick-ass shit. Like really good. And I get a hold of them. I know what I'm looking for, and I spell it all out. Is it this, that, these original? Yeah, all this fucking shit, yeah. I remember I paid like $1,100 for them. And they're in Ohio. They send it to me, and I get them, and I realize right when I get them, they're fucking bullshit. You can see like Elmer's glue. The dates didn't jive. These weren't original complete albums. So I knew right away I'd been fucked. So what I did is I went to the mailbox, etc. place and just paid them $50 or $100, some crazy shit, to have them be my witness, photograph that shit, and professionally pack it and send it back to this cunt. And that's exactly what happened. She gets it. She said, you crooked motherfucker tried to scam us. You took the best pictures out of there. It's like, the fuck I did. And I'm still ready to put a dick in this whore, right? And about a month go by, so I get a call from a fucking detective in Ohio. And he says that they're accusing me of stealing the most valuable photos out of the photo album. And that he's looking at fraud. And he's getting the fucking postal authorities involved. And it's like, I said, fuck you, man. You give a fuck what you're doing. I didn't take anything out of there, you stupid motherfucker. They actually fucking tried that grand jury shit with me. And they didn't buy it. It pissed me off so goddamn bad, I sued him. I sued him in Chicago, even though the venue will be switched in Ohio. And I cost him about $11,000 in legal fees. They had to hire I represented myself. And I drugged that shit out and appealed it and filed motions. I live right down the court. And I cost him about 11 fucking grand. But that goes to show you, they fucked me. And because it was Ohio, they actually talked a local fucking sheriff into pursuing this goddamn horse shit, even though it was totally false. Ohio. But I could have, you never know. What if I had not done that and just sent them back on eBay policy and 100% refund and all this shit they advertise? You know? It just goes to show you, man, you can get fucked on bullshit. And I fucked with them after that different ways, which I'm not going to say on here. But I stuck a big dick in both the husband and her. You ready for this? Shows you what a small world it is. I'm in another goddamn marble show. And they knew from what I bought on eBay that I was into marbles. One guy that I was really good friends with, they were his neighbors. Down around Ohio somewhere. He said, hey, I guess you had a problem with my neighbors. It's like, oh, who are they? It's like, over some photo albums. Like, you know those fuckers? It's like, yeah. He said she was a fucking cunt. Nobody could stand her. Yeah, but that just goes to show you how you can fucking get in bullshit, even though you weren't doing anything wrong. I mean, you could just have all the cards, like, go against you, and they buy into the shit. You get indicted. You're down there. It's like, they convince you. She comes in, dressed nice hairdo, speaks well, and they fucking nail me on this bullshit I didn't do. Excuse me. I sued another motherfucker on eBay too, trying to fuck me up on some shit like that one time. Crazy. You just never know. I better go out here and look at my thing. See, now right now the moon's so high and we've got rain in the area. I don't mind the GoPro out there. It's waterproof, but I don't want my fucking best camera getting wet. So I'll probably shut this motherfucker off now because I don't want to take it underneath the overhang. And the moon's so high, there's no other way for me to see it. And it might be gone anyway. And sure enough, yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, but you can barely see it. So I bet if you look at my viewfinder here, you will see that you can't see it here anyway. Maybe the bit of it. I trip over this goddamn wire. It's darker than a motherfucker out here. Yeah, I doubt you can see the moon anyway, but maybe. Let me look. You'll be able to tell here. So look in here. Nope, see, the moon's too high now. It's higher than the roof. So it was an hour and 40 minutes of videoing, which really isn't too much. And I will stop the recording, turn the camera off. The sound shuts off too right here. That'll shut off too. That shut off too. Reach in there to the 1 terabyte SD card. I've done it so much I can do it in the dark. Pull it out. The camera will continue to charge. If I get good clouds in the morning, I'll do a daytime one. Take my fucking my SD card in here and be ready to upload another nothing cloud video that only took about 5 minutes to do. It's my gift to YouTube for fucking with me. That's huge bandwidth that they'll never make a dime on. There you have it. There it is right there. And I'll fuck with that in the morning. And an hour and 40 minutes is nothing, which means that, I mean, even doing that is so short, or I'll try and connect it to some more video tomorrow. Yeah, I think they look cool too, but most people think I'm fucking nuts for doing it. They don't take any time. Hang on, let me get a bottle of water. Now the time-lapse videos, there's no sound. That's just time-lapse. You know, it takes a gazillion pictures between now and when the sun comes up. The one that I was out there now has sound. So usually I don't talk, I'm by myself. But I probably would just upload it as is. But see, these take no time. Yeah, just fuck around. Crazy. I gotta change these water fills. You know, we got these deep wells here. My well's 620 feet. You get a lot of fucking granite dust. Marty's is fucked up. But to me, I'm not like a mechanical guy, really. I hate doing all that shit. I'll do it if I have to, but it's like pulling teeth. And I went out and fucked with his well tonight, and the way the valves were, it didn't make sense. When I shut off the 2 valves that were in there, it was still gushing water, and I didn't think it should have been, which makes me think that I need to shut off the pump. I wanted to unscrew it because I went and looked for filters, and I think the guy that put those on got them at a hardware store that's out of business. So I didn't see the exact same one in Lowe's or Home Depot, and I just bought one that seemed to fit 99% of the thing. It was only $10, so even if it doesn't work. But I didn't want to fuck him out of water tonight. And I started to unscrew it, and I thought, fuck this. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to have to figure that out in the morning because this water's down to nothing. Totally limptic. I noticed my pump tank fucking pressure is a little low too. I don't have the greatest water pressure, but I might fuck with it. I might not. I hate doing shit like that. I hate like building. I mean, I put these shelves up. Not these. I had those done because I knew I'd never do it. But like these shelves and shit. It's like a total bachelor pad. That's another thing too, where I kind of I'm glad that I'm like home free. That I just do what I fucking want. Hang my underwater lamp. You know, just can you imagine me just bringing like a normal woman trying to live here? Fuck. They'd want to start organizing and cleaning. Fuck that. I couldn't do it. Go fucking crazy. So that's it, man. Well, the time flies when you're on here fucking around. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, you guys. I got some spaghetti. Marty likes cooking, too. Cooked some good-ass spaghetti yesterday. And that Asian food I got today was so damn crazy good. It was really good. Beef rib in it, short rib. So damn good. And then eat a little of my spaghetti, fuck around. Listen to some more classical music, read about a couple of these wackos. So I appreciate you guys coming out. It was fun, man. I just start these things. That's why I don't like planning doing them. Just kind of fun and fucking spontaneity. Let it fly. So Pug, you nighty night, Larry. Gonna hook you up with Angie. Start taking dick pics. Pug, you rock on. No, you've probably heard all those a few times. Stephanie, you have a good night. Moose Mama. Get off those goddamn get off those motorcycles for your quadriplegic. I don't think I'd like you as much without legs and the ability to not talk. That sounds cold and cruel, but I'm being honest. That's what you say you try for. Be such a shame if you had no hands. Oh, okay. All right, well, you guys have a good night. I'm going to have a chat tomorrow. Stephanie and I are going to have one. Hey, what's that noise? Hear that? Oh, it's the plastic on the water bottle thing. See, that's another thing too. I'm just a single guy. Look where I keep my water. Right behind my porn screen. Half-inch of dust. Okay, it was fun having you guys on. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to have one tomorrow with Stephanie. Yep. And Angie, don't you worry, girl. We got you covered. Doesn't matter where you live anymore. Larry's working on a dick pic right now. Oh, thank you, Aaron. We're going to have one tomorrow night, too. Try and make it if you can. All right, you guys. Thank you. Have a good day tomorrow and have a good night tonight. Bye, Lucid. You kick it, you rock it, you party. All right, take care.